Hello, hello, my dear chess friends. Welcome. You can hear me. Welcome to round 7. Today we'll take a look again, like I did in a couple previous streams. So we'll take a look in the game of Ilya. So today we will have black pieces and will be interesting to follow. So please, if you have any questions and any interesting, of course, or any type of questions that's like interesting for your maybe even chess improvement or about Ilya, please let me know and please write in the chat. So hello everyone from the Twitch and from the YouTube as well. So let's take a look. I'm sure that today's round will be very, very interesting. So we have 1 more minute before the round starts. It will be very interesting to check or to guess what will happen today and what will be the first move. When I was covering the last round a couple days ago, yeah. Hello, Scoopy. Who cares about the school? I'm watching this. Okay, that's I don't know what to say. In some way, it's nice to hear. In some other way, you actually school is important. So it will be interesting, like I said, to follow, and then let's say we will see what will be the first move, and like what's a kind of a thing like e4 d4 will happen today, and what will be also Ilya fight back. Okay, so e4 on the board. I'm guessing Sicilian today, but let's take a look. So hello, Scoopy. Thank you for the comment. So interesting one. So we have e4 on the board. My guess is e5 today, but let's see it. Like I said, I think c5 is coming, but okay. Let me be careful with the guess. Okay, we have c5, so we have a Sicilian game. Let's see. Okay, knight to c6. Okay. So everything I will say goes pretty naturally right here, and everything that we guessed. I also this is not the first time Ilya played this, so let's see. It's BB5. Okay, so we have Rossolino on the board. So this will be very interesting to follow today. So bishop to b5, interesting and also very popular move. Now it's very much depends to see how Ilya will play now. So is there any g6 ideas, e6, d6, all these, even now in these days, knight f6 move, it's a kind of like a very popular one. So I really want to see what Ilya prepared here with black. That will be interesting. Okay, we have a look on the side. So let's see what will Ilya play now. So if you have a chat ideas, how do you play against Rossolino, please let me know in the chat. I also want to see how do you play against bishop b5 here in this moment. I play the most of the times here with the black pieces. When I have this kind of a situation, I like to play the move g6. So I played the g6 couple of times, but let's see. Also, I played one time, I played e6, but I lost that game. So I'm not so much fan of the move e6 here. So, but let's see. It'll be interesting. What will be here the case and what will happen here? Okay. Ilya is thinking. So probably he's trying to, let's say, I think here he has like a couple of options that he prepared. So probably he wants to pick one of them. So let's see which one of them will happen. The Wonder Brick Accelerated Dragon, I hope. Yeah, unfortunately now from after the move Bishop B5 Accelerated Dragon, well, it's hard to happen. But okay, my guess is G6, but okay, E6 is also playable. Let's see what will black play now. E6 and D6, even knight f6. So we have three different variations. I'm not really sure which one will Ilya will pick, but I'm very, let's say, I'm very excited to see. So we have three different options. G6 is my guess. We have E6. Okay, so I'll play that one. And okay, so idea is also very, let's say, straightforward. So after the move E6, black plan is to, of course, if white doesn't take the knight, white plan is to try to put the knight on E7. And with that knight on E7, the knight on C6 will be kind of protected. At least black will not double the pawns. But now it's a very interesting to see what white prepared. Okay, he took the knight. Okay, so we have bishop C6 instant. And now here Ilya must take with the B pawn. Okay, and that happened. So he took with B. Okay, so we have bishop C, BC. And now, okay, we have B3. So it seems that, okay, B3, F6. Okay. So it seems that both of them are in the preparation. So after the move F6, now it's, okay, interesting move. Now B3 idea is also very standard in these positions. White wants to put the bishop on B2 or sometimes even on A3 to target the pawn on C5. So now after move F6, the black plan is to control the square, this E5 square a bit better, and supposed to go ideas with knight E7 and knight to G6. Now we have a D3, okay? And now after the move D3 here, black is on the move. Now let's see how Ilya will continue. Sorry. So let's keep it up. So definitely interesting moment. Let's see how Ilya will continue from here. So I'm definitely sure he prepared this. Yeah. So only the question is what is going on now after the move F6. Probably like he will just develop like 97. That's my guess. So we have, okay, so we have also, okay, so we have the move. I think it's a queen c7, what they can see from here. Yeah, that's also a nice move. Also one of the standard options. So queen on c7, getting control over this diagonal, b8, let's say b8 h2, and also there is no, let's say, controlling the square e5 even better. So my guess now that black wants to develop the knight and then bishop and quick castling. So interesting position, a lot of pawns. I will say a lot of pawns are around. So let's see what will happen from here. Be interesting to follow. But let's see. It's also very much depends here how white will play now from this moment. So what will be the white idea? How white wants to develop the pieces here after the move queen to c7. So my guess here that the white can do something like bishop b2 or castling. I will probably castle here. That looks like a safe stuff. Castle looks logical. Or maybe bishop to b2 or knight to d2 as well. One of these two options. Also here we have ideas of knight c3, so let's see how white will continue. I think here white was probably in the preparation. White wanted to play this variation, but now I'm not sure, like, did white got a little bit kind of like, tricked by the move order that Ilya picked here. First the move queen c7, then the move f6. So, but let's definitely take a look what is going on here. So hello, dear people from Twitch, and hello, dear people from YouTube. Again, thanks for every follow and sub. If you have any interesting questions and you want me to help me for this stream to be even more interesting, please pop the message and I will give my best to answer in the best possible way. So let's take a look. So still white is in the process of thinking here how to continue. My guess here is the move like knight c3, like I said, or maybe castling. These moves are very logical. So let's say here with a move like a castle, I suppose that maybe Ilya want to play something like knight to g7, knight to e7. And here when in these types of position, white also wants to play h4, h5. These are also the ideas because like white wants to stop this knight from going to the g6. So like I said, these are just some of the ideas. Here also white can play a move like a knight h4 to stop this knight from jumping, because there are also some ideas with the move queen to h5. So like I said here, after the move castle and knight to e7, these are some like plans, but let's see what will happen. Okay, here we have bishop to b2 on the board. So white played, let's say, logical move again. Nothing like, yeah, so bishop to b2. What we do now, that's a question. Here I will say that in this moment Ilya has a couple of options. I think here it's also very interesting because now white wants to play the move e5. Yeah, so white wants to push and probably to try to take or do something there. I think the very nice black idea should be e5 right here. So the plan for Ilya is like, I know it looks a bit strange to play so many moves with the pawns, but with the move e5, this I think Ilya will have a good control over dark squares, and idea is d6 and knight e7. And of course to jump finally on g6, and even because black has a light square bishops to try to pin this knight and do some damage. So that's my guess, but of course let we see here that on bishop to b2 there is a simple idea of also of knight e7, but now this is the reason why I think that Ilya should push the pawn, because if Ilya goes this, now the move e5, it's a little bit scares me because this diagonal can be a huge problem in the long strip, like in a long time, because after f5 now suddenly h4, yeah, I think white should be better here. h5 a bit dangerous. So, but let's see. I think that actually e5 is a very natural move, and I hope that Ilya will go with that. So, unfortunately, there is no accelerated dragon today. We have Rossolimo, but what's a good thing about Rossolimo is that here definitely Ilya will have a lot of winning chances for sure in this position. So, let me see it and how this will go. So today we have a one round on the program. Tomorrow is the next one. And I hope Scoopy went to school in the morning. So yeah, no accelerated dragon this time. So hello the people from the Twitch, and hello my dear followers from YouTube. So what do we have now? So like I said, my guess here should be e5, but let's see what Ilya prepared here. And what is his, I will say, possible idea here. My guess, I think he needs to stop the e5 from happening. So he needs to cut the white plan to push e5. So if white pushes e5, that can be very much annoying. So let's see what will happen. I'm cheering for e5 move here. Yeah, let's see it. And do we have e5 on the board? I think we have. Okay, well played, Ilya. Yes, very important move. Exactly. E5, very strong approach and the right move. Let's go back to the variation. So why the move e5 here is a very good. The reason here is, like I said, white can't push e5 anymore, and this pawn chain is a very nice to play against the knight and against the bishop on to b2. So that's definitely the first thing. And now, like I said, the second one, it's very important to see, let's say knight to c3. I think that we also have, black has a couple of ideas to play with this knight. Also, I think the moves like d6 makes a lot of sense. Like now this structure is very good for black, and ideas with knight e7, knight g6 are possible. Sometimes in these positions, I also like to play the move like a g5. The reason is I want to stop even the moves with the f pawn, like for example the move like a f4. So I just want to stop it, and I believe that's also something that's very interesting. So, but of course, let's see it. My guess here is we need to see what will white play first. So yeah, my probably plan here is like, yeah, white wants to go knight c3, but let's see. That's just a mini guess. Well, what is the good thing? I think that white started pretty quickly to play, so white was definitely in his preparation, but I think the move order that Ilya picked little bit put white out of the book. So now I think here the white player seems like that still it's not sure how to continue from here. So this is kind of very good novelty here. But of course, interesting moment. Let's see here how Ilya will continue. Mm-hmm. I'm cheering for knight c3 or knight bd2. So, like one of these two moves. Or maybe just a castle in here also makes a lot of sense. Just a castle finish development, and then I think Ilya will play d6. And now the quick point is bishop e6, knight to e7, and possibly ideas with a g5 move. So all of these looks very, very natural. But like I said, let's see it. Maybe here white still delay. Maybe white should actually a little bit delay the castle in here with the moves like knight c3, but let's see how this will go. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we don't have Accelerated Dragon today. So we have a Rossolino. But like, in some ways, I like Rossolino a lot. So I like to play with black because it's giving me a good chances to play for a win. So I like this pawn structure that's not orthodox for this position. So I think it will be very interesting. Mm-hmm. Let's go. So, like I said, that's the reason why I put the knight on the c3. That's my guess that will happen. Like in the last round that I was covering, that I had a good guesser. I was a good guesser, so I guessed a bunch of the moves. So hopefully this will continue in that way. So knight c3 or knight to bd2. In my opinion, castle should be like somehow not the best move in this option. Mm-hmm. So Ilya, Ilya is looking on the side, watching some situation. Let's see it here, what will go. So, like I said here, my guess is knight d3 or the move like a knight to d2. Both of these moves looking very natural for white. And also castling. The reason why I maybe prefer a little bit more is this, because after the move like d6, white can still play plans like knight to d2. And now if I continue with the move knight d7, maybe some checks can happen time to time with the plan somehow to disturb this king onto e8. So, like I said, these are some of the guessing game, guessing steps, but let's see it. I think the castle here, this is why chess is complicated sometimes. Like one of the first rule is like go to castle, but here, yeah. Yes, Starboy Menace, thank you for the message. Yes, this is the Rossolino with the e6 move. How are you, Starboy? What's going on? Yeah. So I will explain for everyone who just came to the stream. Let me just show you. So here we have a 96. So here Ilya wanted to play. I will come back to the Twitch chat. So I just want to say, yeah, after knight to t6, where probably Ilya wanted to go with some Kalashnikov ideas. Here we had a move bishop to b5. So this is like an entrance in the Rossolino variation. And Ilya played the move e6. That's a very popular move these days, to play knight e7 to at least like defend the knight. But here white played the move bishop c6. So, and after bc, we're entering the very natural positions with a double c pawn. So here we have a b3 and f6. The reason of f6 is like to prevent the moves like e5. And now after the move bishop d3 first, queen to c7. Again, very useful move, bishop b2. And here Ilya played a very important move, e5. Playing against this all ideas with a white plan with the move e5. So here now, after this move, now white is in the serious process of thinking here how to continue. So yes, Starboy, yes, it's a Rossolino. So hello, okay, I have a messages on the Twitch. Hello, Anton Royale 08. Did he get a full point on round 6, or did they give that kid a draw? I think that was in the end, yeah, that was, I think, a draw in the end of it. Yeah, because I think that was some situation. I was talking with Ilya about like, Ilya, I think Ilya offered the draw, and the kid, it was not 100% sure what happened. Is the kid accepted the draw or first flagging, but afterwards when he checked with the arbiter, the rule is like if he accepted, like, it's very hard to know who is better because no one see the what happened with the timer. So in the end, that was a draw. So what do you do, Anton? How are you? So yeah. But was a very interesting situation, not the typical one. Yeah, but very strange situation. Like I was covering the game and suddenly we got in some very interesting, like very unexpected situation, I will say. So, definitely again, okay, so like I said, let's go back to the game. If you have any interesting questions, please let me know. Also very, very, very good to go through all of it. So here, after the move like e5, yeah. Here, in my opinion, the best moves are with the knight. So knight to 3 and to knight to d2. But castle looks a little bit not the best move. The reason is we need to maybe a little bit to disturb the king side of black as soon as possible. So maybe knight to 3 and Ilya goes with d6. Maybe ideas with knight to d2. Here, if castle happened, what is the difference is I think like if we do this, black is on time to stop the move, like maybe h5 here. I know it looks very strange, but with the move with h5, we're stopping the white plan to go with the queen. Maybe the move like f4 here can be an option as well. So this is now very, very sharp play. Maybe even d5, opening the queen and preparing ideas with the bishop to d6 so we can double attack on the h2. So a lot of very unorthodox positions that can be very interesting to follow. But everything depends on this now. What will white play into this position? So let's we see that. Hello, Divyanish. Hi, hi, yay. How are you? Oscar 2035. Is this name the call system for white? No, it's I think the name is should be regular Rossolino. Yeah, call is with a D4, so not this time, no. Divyani, I found this line on the Italian. What are your thoughts about it? I found this line in the Italian. Okay, can you write me the line of Italian? So I wanna, oh yeah, I wanna understand it better. Nice to hear, Devyanish. Thank you for joining the stream. So interesting situation now. We're waiting for white to make a move here. And what will happen? That's a huge question now. Knight moves to c3 or d2 or simply castling. What will you play in this position? And that's a question for the chat. Hey Nabish. Hey, hello, hello. This is like this is a Rossolino. So e4, c5, knight f3, knight e6, bishop b5. So I found this line in Italian. What are your thoughts on it? So we have a thought. I think that black is good there. What you're showing me, Divyanish, that's like a 4 knights with yeah. This is like, we call this 3 knights, I think. Sorry, knight g5, d5, ed. I think that if you check the, yeah, if you're checking the opening tier, I think that black should be very good there, according to the engine. I had this position in blitz, but not in the tournament game. So, like I said, that's some of the, yeah, that's what I can remember right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this like 3 knights opening with knight g. I'm always very scared when I need to play it with white. With black, I'm feeling good. When I sack the pawn, I'm always just I'm showing up like it's not a sacrifice. Yeah. It's a white. Yeah, it's a white to move now. So Nibish. So let's see what will happen there. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me just yeah. Okay, so we have e5 on the board. Hello, Nikola. This is one of my friends. Really? So you mean the guy, hello, hello, that's playing with the white pieces? Hmm, interesting. And castle is fine, I think. Yes, I think here we have a couple of options: castle or the knight c3 or knight to d2. Some of these things. We have 3 different options. A lot of my chess friends are here, but unfortunately could not play this tournament. Okay, you drew, yeah, you drew. Okay, that's nice to hear. Okay, I'm sure you will play the next time. So like, it's not easy to make the schedule for all the tournaments. So yeah, happy to. It's very nice from you that you shared with me. Yeah, I thought about knight bd2, yeah, c3 d4. That's some ideas that I think I prefer, but it will be interesting to follow what will happen. Let me see, Nibish. So yeah, this was something, but here maybe on this I can play d5. So, but for me the dream position here is maybe d6, and I don't know for c3, maybe this I can play this, and I'm not sure about d4. Maybe I can even go here. So I don't care about these free pawns. Maybe I can even give it back to it, like a little sacrifice, like knight f4, and try to maybe sack castle, maybe bishop a6 to be very sharp. But in the other hand here, what's like the black plan is a very straightforward now. Like I said, I think that the best maybe white plans like this, and now if he goes d6, maybe to try to do like I thought like this kind of ideas. Maybe some queen h5, maybe f4, maybe but maybe it's not even that. Maybe now, maybe not, no, actually maybe knight d2 is the best. And now when I go here, then maybe I give a check. So this is one of the rare options where maybe castle is not the best thing to do for white. But let's see. uh, isn't this position a little dangerous for black? I think let's say it's a hard question. Maybe there is like a maybe I will say that it's a bit risky because of the pawn structure of black in the way because black has these double pawns. In one way, it's a bit risky, but in the other hand, black will have a lot of chances to play for the win. So we will have, I will say, the sharp game for sure. I also play knight f6 Rossolino. Hello, Royal Knight 4. How are you? Yeah, that's a good opening, very interesting one. So can white go some funny g4? Oof, a little bit too much, I think. G4, d5, and suddenly the g pawn will be a huge target. So I'm not sure about that, but definitely it's a fun one. It's a delight. NH4, yeah. How to remember openings. Oh, hello, Brahman. I think I spell it. How to remember the openings. Oh, that's I will say not easy questions. What I like to do, it's like I'm keeping, okay, most of my openings and everything I keep in my chess base. Yeah, but like if I wanna, like, I agree with, I got from the Roll Knight. Exactly. Study the principles. Try to understand what is the behind every and each move. That's definitely one thing to do. And the second thing, I like to move the pieces when I'm trying to remember the lines. I like to move the pieces over the board. So I will like over the board stuff or repeating over the board. It's much better than to repeat the moves on the screen. So yeah, anytime like every time when I move the pieces on the board, I remember it much better. So. Yeah. So let's keep it up. Also a good one. So yeah, like it's just important to have like some kind of a board near you so you can follow. Even the small board can be good. So you don't need to have like a huge chessboard for all of it. Even the small board can work very good. So let's keep it up. Oh, hello, Palash Gupta. Hello, hello. Happy to see the new faces on today's stream. And please feel free to write me any type of the message. Like I'm here, and you're making also my stream to be more interesting when you see the message. So I'm very happy to answer. So, what's your favorite counter to the Rossolino? I think I said my favorite counter is G6 move. So yeah, G is in my opinion. Yeah. Okay, we got the question here: who will win candidates? That's a very interesting stuff. If you ask me, I think this year Caruana. Someone said I said Caruana. Someone said Sidarov. Sidarov is interesting, but I will cheer for Yesipenko. Yesipenko is like a very nice guy, and I hope he'll make some good result. What would you recommend for in terms of openings for white for a dynamic player wanting an active position? I'm currently stuck with the real Lopez. But definitely you should play e4. And like I said, I'm a type of the player who likes to always to go with sharp lines. So e4 and try to play as much main lines as you can. So yeah, that's something interesting. Hello, hello. Already promising for black with white time use. Yes, I agree. Hello, hello. Also a new face for me. Hello, I think I'm not sure, but I will say Albert in the end. Myrna Albert. So yeah, so I'm very happy with this position. I think this position will bring Ilya a lot of play for advantage. So I definitely think this was a good choice for Ilya, the variation he picked with e6. And also the good thing is that white is completely out of book here. So a very huge plus, I will say. So Hikaru will win. Also one of the top three. Let's say if I need to pick top three favorites, yeah, it's probably one of top three. Mm-hmm. When I forex, the GM Wonder Wheel offered me a draw on move 25. I gave away my double pawn against him with the big compensation. One of my best games with Rossolino. That's a great to hear. Very strong grandmaster, and yeah, that's very very nice. So Palash, how do it make it switch from d4 to e4? It's a lot of theory. Do you think there is a lot of theory lines to start with? Do you think there are low theory lines to start with? Like that's a good question. But like first you start with I will start with the most complicated one, maybe something against the Sicilian, and then when you go for first I will start to learn if I want to learn the move e4, I will start with e4 e5. So I will try to learn e4 e5 and e4 c5, and from there I will start doing these other things like a French, Caracan, and so on. So that's some of my I will say guesses and maybe points. Nibish bishop opening is like less common, but it's very good there. Main ace games with Fabiano Kasparov. Yep, I agree with that, but it's not so much popular on the high level. Oh, Furious SG, hello, hello. How are you? Hello. Did you sleep well? Royal Knight Fork, just play Italian. Okay, yeah. Does Black's bishop pair have any future? I think that in this position, this is like bishop pair of Ilya is like a hidden force, and he will use it in the right time for sure. A typical plan is c4. Here, you mean in this position? It's not easy one. What do you think about the Scotch Gambit? I play the Scotch Gambit with black. Annoying to play in the Blitz and Rapid. Easy to play in the Classical, at least for me. So you need to know a bit theory, but yeah, that's the point. Furious SG, yeah, thanks. I'm doing fine. How about you? I'm doing pretty well. I had like I would say a lot of lessons yesterday, so now I slept very well, and I'm ready for the stream. So yeah, the Wandering Brick fan. Do you rate the English for white or the Queen's India for black? Do you rate the English? You mean like the Wonder the Brick fan? Do you rate the English for white and Queen's Indian for black? Like I played both. I played more Queen's Indian for black than the English. I'm mostly E4 player, so if I need to say, yeah. Did you see last game? Yes, yeah, a little bit checked a bit, and you see. So I'm very sad that with my last stream he didn't win that game. So it seems maybe it's better for me not to be on the stream so he can win more games. Now, for me, it's a very interesting that this move order actually that this position a little bit confused white here. What do you prefer against d4, d5, knight f6 or that? You mean from the black pieces? Palash, I like knight f6, yeah. Against d4, I'm always picking like, yeah, Nimzo Indian and these kind of stuffs. Yeah, Nimzo Indian, Queen's Indian, something like that. So what opening was this? This opening was the Rossolino with the bishop to b5. Whenever you see double c pawns in Sicilians, you know it's a Rossolino. When you see double pawns, you know it's a Rossolino. But for me, it's like very much a strange that here and f6 the theory. Yes. This is in the type of the position. Not really sure its exact move order, but all these moves are very logical. Queen c7 is the one, f6 is the one, e5 was a very good move. And I think here he a little bit put white to the test now, for sure. Yeah, what I can see from the camera, it looks like this playing hole is very nice. Also, that's just my random question, my random thought on this stream. That looks like this playing hole is very nice. So let's see what will happen here. Like I said, it's for me, it's a very much unusual that here white is a bit still thinking here. Not sure why he doesn't want to play knight bd2 or knight c3 here. Yeah, but definitely will not play castle. So that's in my opinion. Yeah, d5 somewhere. Maybe. Now it's a question. Like, let me go to the position. I have a couple of interesting questions. It very much depends how white goes. If this happen, the move d5 in some lines can be a little bit weakening, especially because the pieces are still not developed. So maybe I can take. No, sorry, it's a free pawn now. But I mean, like, on knight c3 is maybe my favorite. Just not letting this. And now I think Ilya should play something with the d6 and some ideas with 97, knight g6 to try to get control over the f. So that's my reasoning why I think the knight c3 should be the move. Because here, if we have a move like a castle, Ilya now can think about, not sure still about d5, because then knight c3, and somehow I just don't like to have this pawn on d5 under pressure, because if I push, I can simply play this move, and now the c5 square or like c5 pawn will become a serious weakness. And also white can play with the knight to go to d2 to jump to c4. So basically here what I do, if this castle happen, I like more positions with the move like a d6. And the reason behind this, I want to play knight to e7 and maybe even g5, knight g6, or just knight e7, knight g6. So all these moves like makes a lot of sense. So, but let's see at what will actually happen. Here we have a move knight to h4. Yeah, that's one of also very logical and very interesting moves. Yeah. Yep. So we have knight h4. Yeah, is Ilya still in his preparation? I feel that he knows what he's doing, but I think like both of the players, they are very much familiar with this position, but I don't think they check this exact move order. That's my opinion. That's my guess. But of course, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like that. So knight h4, I will say interesting move by white, and let's go back to it. So what is the plan? So the plan of knight h4 is to at some point try to activate this queen onto h5 squares. Also, the plan with knight h4 ideas are possibly to jump on f5 and also to stop this maneuver knight e7, knight to g6. Here, in my opinion now, I think black on knight h4, black maybe, like, I don't know why this looks very appealing as well, like move like knight e7, just to have a better control over the king side. So now even if, let's say, go castles, maybe we can go d5. Now, because the knight is not on c3, I think the move like d5 makes a lot of sense. So this is very interesting moment here. Yeah, for me, the safest move is like knight e7. Like there are two reasons for knight e7. First, we don't want to let this knight to come to f5, and second, we don't want to let this queen to go here because we can simply just play g6 because knight is defending that. So Ilya a little bit disappeared. Hopefully he will come back. So yeah. Yeah, he's back. So yeah, so my guess here that knight e7 is a very much natural move, and I hope to see that on the board. After knight e7, knight e3, d5 castle, what will you do with black? Would you push d4 or would you hold the tension? Palash, I will, in that position they just showed, like, I would try to keep the tension. So I will play bishop to e6 or something there. So I will play bishop e6 in that line. So let's go back quickly to it. So like I said here, what did we say? What was the exact move order? Yeah, I really want to keep the tension here. I think you said knight c3, d5, castle. Yeah, here in this position, like d4 is a maybe from the human stuff. Hmm. Maybe we can also play the move like g5 here. Now it looks a bit strange because of the check, but we want this king to, like, knight to go back. Maybe bishop e6 moves are not so sure. This is maybe the most logical, but I'm a little bit always concerned about these ideas with f4 to break me. So maybe here I will maybe play g5. Yes, check looks dangerous, but on the check we can simply move here the king. And then when he goes, let's even back. Maybe now we can just simply play, wow, knight g6, even knight e4. We can grab his queen. So the position is very rich with a lot of different ideas here. So, oh, we have knight h6 on the board. Okay, interesting move. Okay. So Ilya plan is like if he goes queen h5, Ilya wants to go knight f7. So also very interesting. So knight to h6. Like I said, sometimes I can't guess the Ilya interesting ideas by Ilya here. Definitely sharp stuff. As a player, I didn't consider king d8. Yeah, these types of moves are very hard to know. Like, sometimes you need to play a bit strange chess if you have a bigger prize. In that position, I wanna maybe grab the queen. That's my point. Yeah. So let's see what will happen now. This is now the question of all questions. How white will continue. But I think Ilya is already a bit happy. I think he's at 20 minutes. So yeah, he's like 20 minutes up on the clock. So that's a very nice time advantage. Mm-hmm. 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 Watch streak reached. Usage is currently on 3-day stream streak. Interesting. I didn't know on Twitch they have this kind of a messages popping up. So 3-day stream streak. Wow. So what's going on here? Next, after the move knight h6, I will say a very interesting point, and yeah, interesting moment. Yeah, the plan with knight h6 is just like, I think here black just wants to go knight f7 back. So Oscar is knight f5, knight f5, bf, g4. Aha, interesting option here. I feel that that's a little bit too much, Oscar. I will explain why. So if you go here, yeah, I can simply take, and I think I can play d5, g4. I think I can simply like play it to move like a h5. The problem here is that I just wanted to undermine your pawns on the king side. And also, of course, h3 is not playable. And like if you play a move like f3, I think I can even play the moves like a c4. Why c4? So the whole point here is I want to open up this king as much as possible. So even if he takes, I think I can just simply take, and something moves like probably just enter with rook to h3, bishop to c5. So you're weakening. I think you're weakening in this way. You're weakening the white king a little bit more, and I think that's the problem here. So you need to be very much careful. So instead of knight to5, I will try to play something safer here. So I suppose the move like knight to3 makes sense. I hope I explained that. Furious SG, do you think it's still a possibility to Ilya to get an EM norm? Sorry. I think I forgot about to answer that question. So I think that in this tournament, I'm not sure. I think it's a small chance here, but I think on the first, let's say on some of the future ones for sure. But I'm not sure about this one. I think he needed more points somehow. That's my guess, but maybe I'm wrong. So maybe first development knight. Yeah, I think that, yeah, Oscar, yeah. I think the first white needs to go like 93 or 92. Some knight development for sure. Yeah, something with the knight first. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like I said, someone said, I think in the chat, I think maybe even yesterday or maybe day before, any opening is good when in this classical chess when it's like you're half an hour in front of your opponent. That means that you picked a really good thing. At least that's in my book is like that. So when I have half an hour more, let's say better time against my opponent in these positions, I'm always very happy. So that's for sure. So I'm expecting here the moves like knight c3. Like I said, let's say I'm expecting knight c3 or knight to d2. Knight h6, a very nice move, controlling the square f5 and also not letting this queen h5 because of knight f7. Interestingly, for example, I will play, I think, idea with knight e7, but this looks also very nice. So yeah, okay. So let me ask YouTube chat. So if you need to write one name for the candidates to win the candidates, who will that be? Mm-hmm. Okay. Palash said Fabiano. Okay. I just need one name. I need a name without no explanation. So that'll be interesting. Also, Twitch chat if you want. Like, tell me like your favorite for the candidates, but please just write me one name. No explanation needed. Just I want to see like what will be like the names of the candidates. Ah, yeah, Furious AJ. I think you already said Hikaru. Yeah. Do you think like in these like I think it's actually important, but for the candidate tournaments, Fabi Prague, Fabiano, oh Antonio, hello, hello. Fabiano or Prague? Wow, interesting. Wow. So people, you think like the Prague has a chances to play good candidates after some bad tournaments he played in a row? Interesting. Mm. Fabiano or Prague? Fabi Prague. Yeah. Yeah. Who know? I will be like it will be. I'm not really sure. Yeah, probably Fabiano, but also Hikaru is like I think he's I think Hikaru is the oldest, right, on the tournament. Yeah, that's so interesting. Like imagine he's the oldest. Wow, and he's like 2 years older than me. Do you have an opinions on the recent Anish and Hikaru drama? Honestly, a little bit read, but I don't know what happened. So you can a little bit keep me posted what happened. So I don't know what happened in this drama Anish Hikaru. So I'm reading the chat. I'm learning. So okay, so we have a check, I believe, Queen H5. No, we have a G4. Wow, what a move! I didn't expect this. Okay, I didn't expect this move to happen, and yeah, computer doesn't like it. Like honestly, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't think about G. I think now D5. Oscar, I think he played as you. Yeah. Yeah, at D5, I think it's a very, very, very straightforward way. I think we must play the move D5 here. Like this must happen. I think. the plan with d5 is like, of course, to attack, and I suppose here white idea was to play h3 to stop it. Yeah, and interesting, Oscar. It's like in football when it's a big team losses in the home league, but then in the champions they play well and win. Yeah, yeah, I agree. So my guess here should be h3, and yeah, maybe knight f7. Okay, I got a question here. What on knight f5? That looks a bit, yeah, maybe g6 I play then. All right, try to trade it. Maybe I go with the bishop here to take it. So, but this g4 is, this g4 is a very sharp move for me. In my opinion, maybe even the more sharper. Hello, I'm late. Hello, Gojo. Okay, you're not missing. That's great. How are you? Well, this move g4 looks very. If he plays like he will lose in the if he plays like he will lose in the next 10 moves. At least, Oscar, you can say that he listened to you, right? Yeah. But let's see, like when I see these kind of moves, but sometimes, like maybe these kind of moves computer doesn't like, but in the long run, maybe it's actually fine. Who knows? Like, yeah, Rossolino happened. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So maybe computer doesn't like it, but you already know that, sometimes computer just doesn't like some positions, but for the humans, it can be very interesting. So now I'm very interested to see will Ilya play the move d5 here. So I think d5 should happen here anyway. So oh, I needed that Rosselina, nice. To be honest, I needed as well. I needed something sharper to check, something that's maybe a little bit more interesting to commentary. I'm not saying that his previous games, Ilya games, was also interesting, but I needed something, to wake me up. So I think this is the right opening to wake me up. Oh, I needed that Rosselina, nice. Yeah, Abdusatoro played BB5 when I was not prepared for Rosselina. Okay, now we can check this game and you will be better prepared. So let's see. What do you think about d5 in this position? I think d5 is a must play for Ilya here. Like if we play the move d5 here, we just, I think that he needs to open up the position as much as possible, especially here when the white king is in the center. So yeah, that's definitely the case. So one of the rules, when you see that your opponent king is on e1 and you have a chance, boom, let's open it up. The point is we have a double attack on the pawn and we have idea to open the center. And of course here, what we forgot to say, black is with the bishop pair, so we won this. So let's see it. Yeah. Yeah, also the most natural move, at least for me. Yeah, I agree, Oscar. Yeah, with the bishop pair, yes, gotcha. Yeah, I agree. If he plays g5, can we ignore it and play knight f7? Yes, I think that's the best move. You mean after d5, g5? I think it's a free pawn. I will take it. Okay, we have d5 on the board. Nice. Very nice move. We will see. Yeah, yeah. d5 Nabish. Okay, we have it. Ilya playing on a high accuracy game. That's not great to see. Yeah, so we have a move d5 on the board. We need that. And yeah, now what's going on from here? Yeah, h3 and then my guess now on h3 should be probably some improvement move. My improvement move will be knight f7, and with ideas maybe on knight g5, knight e6. I don't know if that's too many optimistical moves, but my plan is to enter these weakened squares on the f4 and to d4. So I think that we can start maneuvering with knight f7, knight g5. But now I'm curious to see how white will continue with this, because the g4 move is a very responsible move to me. Yeah. I offer knight f7 to play g5 because we'll weaken e5 a bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, on g5, I think we can just simply. Wow, so many good moves here. I think we have. Can we play bg4 even? Like, that's fun, but I think it's working. Let me see it. Like, can I? Oh, okay. I thought we can do this. Okay, this is slightly better. Okay, we have a winning move is this. And if you give a check, we have knight f7. Yeah, the pawn is defended. Okay, still. Yeah, that's still winning, so. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So 52 minutes for white. That's what I want to see. So 52 minutes for white is a pretty good stuff. Especially when Ilya is 118, right? Let's see over here. Yeah, I think now we're going there. Oscar, in this position, does black wants the castle, like bd6, 93 castle? Yes, but here, because of the move g4, let's say that black wants to see if there will be any other weaknesses in the white position, to try to open it up. But I agree with you. That's maybe something that's very natural. Yeah, I think definitely bishop d6 cd is on the air. With the castling, of course. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Gotcha. Sometimes I offer good move. So sometimes I offer good moves in the middle game, but probably in the tournament I'll be already cooked after opening. Okay, at least you're with us in this Rossolino. So I think you will, at least if you have black with Rossolino, you'll win more games. Hey, today, just remember, guys, please stay until the end of the stream. Even after the game, Ilya will go on the Google Meet, so we will see Ilya after the game to hear his thoughts after the game. So please, just to let you know, even after the game ends, I will have a short interview with Ilya to see what happened. Mm-mm. We'll have a QA of Kalashnikov course. Yeah, definitely a good course. But those entries are regular, no? Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are. Yeah, yeah. Are always we get them, but I just wanted to. Yeah, I wanted just to repeat, just if said everyone can stay until the end of the stream. So please don't go after you see that Ilya hopefully won the game. Don't leave until we heard Ilya thoughts, please. Mm-mm. So wow, G4 D5. Yeah, sorry, I need to update the live stream. Yeah, so we have a D5 on the board. Don't worry, I'll be around until the stream is offline. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Furious SG. Nice of you. Because it's always nice to hear your thoughts. And maybe if you have any questions, like it will be nice, like to give me some questions so I can, how to say it, like I can ask Ilya if you have any questions from there. So okay, so we have a move. It was h3. Okay, so okay, h3 was it on the board. So today chat is guessing everything. Yeah, very good chat. You're guessing every single move here today. Super proud. Oh, I didn't ask. I always ask the chat. So tell me, chat, like, age replayed. Yeah, Oscar. Today, me and you, we're guessing good. Hmm. Do we have any interesting information, chat? Did you play something, some fun games like Blitz Rapid? How the ratings are going? Yeah, Bishop E6 was in my head or Knight F7, Furious SG. One of these two. So yeah, so Bishop E6 or Knight F7. Oh, 1-8 Rapid, Antonio. Nice to hear. Mm-hmm. How the Antonio games are going? Mm-hmm. Knight F7 readable. Knight F7 readable. Okay, so yeah, yeah, here. Okay, very nice. Kim, yeah, I feel. Hello, Vok. It's like you're playing with black. Yeah, probably 92 here. Yeah, but I already like this position very much. Mm. Okay, we have a lot of questions in the chat now. Oh, okay, that's great to see. Okay, very nice. Okay, now, okay, so we have a questions. Okay, I can't pass to two blitz online. Currently, what to do fifth rapid, 1-1-0 blitz, and what to do blitz. How do you think I can prove it blitz? Uh, okay, so my what I wanted to say, yeah, I have a how I can improve in the blitz. So here recently, what's interesting stuff was that I crossed 2,900 in blitz in chess.com. I was so proud of that result. And the point is how I think what's the plan is so try to play maybe some variations that on the opening, I mean, that are not so much like how to say it, like that, not the main ones, but you know them quite well. So you can surprise your opponents in the early stage of the blitz game. So I think it's only work on the very good work on the opening, so you will not lose so much time on it. And puzzles, that's the way. And with that too, I think you can improve a bunch. So 920 rapid is nice, Oscar. Yeah. 92 c4 maybe. Yeah, looks fun. I had my first classical tournament in 1 month, Antonio. Okay, nice to hear. Good luck there. Do you have any specific preparation for the tournament? What is the point of improving in blitz? For me, it's like interesting questions, but for me, it's like how to say it, like I don't know. I just uh, I feel good. That's the whole point. I don't know. When I got 2-9, so my next goal is like a 3,000. I will just feel cool there. Yeah, it's just nice to have. Exactly. Like I just feel so good to have the rating. Nothing else. Yeah, Gojo, some kind of a sidelines, yeah, in the opening stuff, not like a huge sidelines, but something that's popular, but maybe not main, if that makes sense. Yeah. For that tournament, I had to pull 50 out of somewhere. Nice, Gojo. Good luck with that. Yeah, it's cool, but classical is the most important. I agree, but the thing with the classical is like, as you already know, I think it's not easy always to play the classical, especially if you have a job, if you go to school, if you need to pay, I don't know, staying at hotel or whatever, you know. So that's the thing why maybe people, it's easier to get rating on maybe in Blitz in some ways because for classical you need a time, you need money, and yeah, that's the point. And you spend 3 hours, I agree. I get mad because my peers are 2-1. Take your time, you will get more, I think. I'm stuck on 2-5 blitz, can't go higher. Yeah, that's it. Like I told you, try to work on the openings and try to work on puzzles and be ready to beat anyone. I think you can get up, believe me. Yeah, of course we agree on that. That's the point because like okay, it's very hard to, to talk about classical chess and blitz. I think people like just, if you see some kind of improvement in blitz, you just feel overall happy and you think, and I'm sure like when you see some blitz improvement, I think you also can see the, little improvement in your regular chess. That's my opinion. Like if, for example, you jump from 2000, I don't know, 200 to 2400, I think you're playing overall, yeah, chess better. That's also, I think, the case. Yeah, Blitz is happy, happy place. Yeah, it's a very happy place, Blitz. Yeah. Same for Bullet. I play 6 hours straight and drop to 2000. Yeah. For Blitz, what I like to do, uh, for Blitz or Bullet, like I'm never playing like a 6 hours in a row. That's killer. Like 6 hours in a row. That's like, like I will not. My mind will explode. Like I can play a lot of hours in the. If I need to play a couple of hours, that's usually some kind of a tournament. So yeah. So I'm trying, let's say, to play 1 hour, but that 1 hour I'm trying to play my best. So. But it's fine if you want to play online. I agree. But if you want to others to respect you, the point to become, I agree. Yeah, I agree. If you others want to respect, yeah, you will need to become a grandmaster. But yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. So we're talking about somehow do you feel happy? Of course, if you want to be, in my eyes, like every grandmaster is like a professional player. At least he was professional player at some point. So I respect that. So is 95, 96 also in Dia here? Yes, I think that's the plan. Yeah, 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 looks funny. Yeah, yeah, we were talking about 95, 96. That's definitely one of it. Antonio, I have my first classical tournaments in 1 month. Do you have any recommendation of that? Of study, I mean. So Antonio, like I said, prepare the tournaments. Not tournaments. Prepare the openings nice. So try to play with white and black in a good way at least. Try to be ready, in some main lines. Try to prepare yourself. Work. Try to each day before the tournament spend at least like a half an hour or 2 hour. Depends how much time you have for maybe some puzzles or something just for your brain to work. So you need to have that working atmosphere before the tournament. So that's my advice. Nemanja, in my case, rapid and blitz improvement doesn't translate into classical, but when I stopped playing these in tournaments, my classical improved. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. I heard that story, but I think it depends from the from the people to the people. So of course I played a lot of bullet as well sometimes, but I think bullet is not a good thing for improvement overall. We have c4. Okay, I didn't expect that to happen. Wow, wow. C4 is looking again very much, very interesting. So I think that here on the move c4, I just didn't expect that. I think we should block it. I think blocking here is pretty good, and now we can play something like possibly try to open it up. Also, we have ideas on knight g5, knight e6, but now it's a question: do we need that? We have this open bishop, so maybe I think this can be fun. Also, now the options for the good thing here is that the c5 is very safe. So this knight, it's a very hard to come to a4. So maybe the black idea can be bishop d7 long side and somehow to try to launch the king side attack on the white king. So just some of my thoughts. Can you show the opening? Yeah, I will show the opening of this for sure. Let's go back. Yeah. I feel happy playing until I met underrated Turkish and Indian kids. Yeah, these kids with like very talented kids with small ratings are like never easy to play. So yeah, so we have this. So we had just let's go for the little recap. So we have Rossolino. Here Ilya picked the line with e6 or variation. So here white took and now b3. Ilya played f6 to control the e5 square, and now we have d3. Now the move queen to c7, always very useful to get control over this diagonal, and now we have bishop to b2. Black played e5 to control and not a very strong move e5, not to allow white to push to e5. So we have e5 on the board, and now knight h4. Knight h6, a very important move to protect the square f5. And also if he goes queen h5 to have a knight to f7. So now he played the move g4. That's a very, I'll use the word very aggressive, but like computer doesn't like it, but it looks very interesting. And now the move d5, very nice to try to target this center of squares. And now h3, knight to f7. Now c4, and I'm very interested. We can also play move like bishop e6 in my opinion, but why maybe not knight, maybe not, why not bishop e6? Because now knight c3. And now d4, I think this knight can jump here with the bishop a3. The c5 pawn will be a target. So my point here, I think that now what Ilya should do is to play d4 immediately. I know these pawns looks a bit strange, but with the move d4, we just don't let this knight to jump on c3. So some of my guesses, but let's see if I'm right or wrong. What do you think about working on your endgames? How practical it is? For example, I like that a lot. I worked a lot on the endgames. One of my favorite parts of the game. Some strategical endgames. So I think it's a very important. The thing is with today's chess, I think that the players are very good in the openings, and it's not so easy before, like, you know, without a very strong opening stuff. I think it's very hard to get to some good endgame. But for understanding and to play a little better chess, like endgames are very important. There are some queen's gambit structures where knight e5, bishop e6, queen a pawn, but yeah, there are some ideas isn't that great. Yes, viewers SG, I remember it. Also in IMSO Indian, I think you have a similar situations, but here Ilya took on e4 pretty quickly. Okay, so he took, also interesting option, different approach, but also very fun. So I thought d5, but now we can play that plan with knight g5. So let's see if he did this. So I think maybe that was the point, but yes, very good. Okay, so Ilya played a different setup, so he took a knight g5. Okay, very nice. I like this idea even more maybe than d4. Yeah, looks like a bad IMSO. Yeah, I think like that's an IMSO with a3, I believe. Knight g5, very good move, I think. So now with the move. Yeah, this knight g5 looks fun. And now it's like you just want to go back. You want to jump in. Wow. Questions. Now after knight g5, like it's never easy now to watch with this position with from the white side. Like, not so sure how white should continue now. Worked in this position with your father. Yes, when I was younger, one for sure. If white plays knight f5, should we take the bishop? I will not take it yet. If he goes knight f5, I have a feeling like if he takes now, first of all, now the pawn is hanging on e4. So yeah, no, this is the fun thing. I think the point here, the c pawns are not the problem because in this situation, first the pawn is hanging. So let's start with that. So, and also the ideas are very sharp, and maybe sometimes even like a h5 here can happen. So now it's interesting to follow what will happen now. I think maybe queen e2. Oh, sorry, not here. For sure not here. I thought maybe queen e2. And maybe now the question is where to go with the bishop only. Because somehow I don't want to put the bishop here because I want my knight to come here. So maybe we need, I know it's looking maybe a little bit bad, but maybe we do this. And then we go knight e6. So the only thing, maybe we can put the bishop on d7. But in the other hand, I want to go long side. So maybe this. Maybe with the plan to go. So I love what position is a very unusual and very interesting. So Alexander bought a style. Oh, okay, Gojo. I need to be honest. I don't know what is her style. Yeah, 93 also very. And now I think he needs to develop the bishop. Maybe here. I'm not sure. Well, here. Yeah, I agree. I agree. If you're SSG A4, if you keep pushing the pawn, it's definitely interesting. I agree. Yep, fully agree with that. Ah, it's a referencing the Botes Gambit. Okay, now I know. Okay. I heard that where you gambit the queen. Ah, okay. With that, I heard for that. Oh no, I heard about that, but no, I completely. My brain is still not working. I think it's important to keep some open files if he wants to play for the win. Yeah, I don't like the thing with the plan of DE4 that I got from some. I think here is like when he took on E4 with the pawn, we have this question about double C pawns. I think if he played D4, I think we will not think about the free like about the weak pawns. That's my maybe my something in my brain here. So, well, like I said, that's something what I see. Yeah, I'm mastering Botas Gambit. Botas Gambit queen sacrifice, but actually it's a not sacrifice, and you get nothing in return for the queen. Okay, now I know. Thank you for educating me on these stuffs. Do we have any more that kind of how to say it? That kind of a things to know about? Let's see. So we have wow, 38 minutes from white in this moment. So it seems like black is in a very good spot here. So we'll be educating a GM in this field. Cool. Yeah, seems like it. But only if we have some interesting here things to do. Yeah, I agree. Mm, hmm. What do we have here? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see it. Okay, Ilya feels happy, I think, here. So 37 minutes. Yeah, 95, 96, 94 is coming. So let me just put in the chat just for fun. Yeah, I think here we want to go here, here, and here. So the knight wants to go under here. I feel they're both gonna leave their kings in the center. I have a same feeling actually. Yeah. F4 and D4 squares haven't ever seen better days. Yep, I agree with that. Now, yeah, it's a shame that Ilya only have here in this position only one knight. Maybe in the future we can double stack the works on the D file. Also very possible option, yeah. The only question in this position, I think that Ilya need to figure it out is where does bishop want to go. So maybe actually it's looking a bit strange, but maybe we should go to b7. So we can move the long side there. Why to b7? Because I know it's looking strange to bishop on b7 is countering his own pawn, but I think the reason behind this is that the bishop will not be a problem on the open d file. So that's my guess. Okay, so 35 minutes on the clock. That's very good against 1 hour and 14. Yeah, this looks very nice. So let's see what will happen now. Uh, if he plays the baby sound, we report him for cheating. You know for what this? Yeah, yeah. You know for what I'm recognizing this. This remember when you played like when you said yesterday, I think, um, when Ilya found this bishop sacrifice. That's this kind of stuff as well. Hmm. Yeah, bishop f2. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mhm. So 34 minutes. Yeah, it looks like it's not so simple to play with white. But let's see it. Yeah, that plan also sound like yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like you need like that's the thing. So I got the idea of here bishop e6, bishop f7, 96. But here we have all I think three moves to manage all of it. So we have this, and this. But the thing here is maybe downside can be that sorry, it's a white to move. So maybe this, maybe this. Yeah, but still we play long side. Yeah, no, sorry guys. You know what's the problem? I think the problem is that white can play bishop c1. Now I understand. And then with the bishop c1, the knight is hanging, and we can't go 96, 94. So I think that's the reason why this why this bishop should go to b7, because after this there are some variations how this knight can be hunted. So I think that's the reason. Yeah. So we need that 96, and how maybe as strange as may look now. So if he goes 93, so let's say that this is my prediction. I think 93 and this one. But knight g5 is a definitely nice move. d4 is a very dynamic position. Okay, I got coffee. So I got coffee and I'm very happy. Hmm. So let's see it. Um, so what do we have? Yes, we have 93. I agree with everyone. So the move 93 is a very natural move. Okay, so 93 defending, and now I hope I will see 96. Share with us coffee. Hmm. My brain needs to work for like 4 hours at least. So coffee is essential. So now it's a questions of all questions. So now I definitely want to see. So yeah, our brains also should work with your brain, so it's a mutual. Yeah, it's nice when you have someone who brings you coffee. I have my wife. She helped me with the coffee. So tea makes you sleepy. Coffee is better. Yes, thank you, Nemanja. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I can't justify putting the bishop there. I feel like, especially in the classic game, I've never played BB7. Can you explain the exact reasoning? Yeah, so I just want to explain this one more time. So yeah, the reason why I think the BB7 is actually good here is that if we go BB7, our plan is to go 96, 94. So unfortunately, bishop e6 is unfortunately not working because of bishop c1. And I think here white will just simply target the knight. So, and now because the bishop is on e6, we can't put the knight here and jump on d4. So my reasoning behind all of it is that if I go bishop d7, this is a maybe square, but now somehow, I don't know, like queen e2 long. Somehow this bishop again looks a bit strange over here. But it's again strange over there as well. So maybe 96, and now I want to jump here. So yeah, maybe it's a pretty close call where this bishop should go. So maybe jump and then we can jump in. So queen e3, maybe bishop e6. So yeah, this is also pretty good. So like I said, not really sure, but okay. So let's go back. These are some of my ideas. Let's see it. So depends where this guy will go. So we'll go for e6 or yeah, but we have I think okay, we have a quick move already. So we have 96 instant. I think that's a good one. So a little bit analyzed too much. So yeah, so let's go there. And now with the move knight to e6, we just want to jump to yeah to f4 d4. So we wanna jump somewhere over here. Yeah, 96 for sure. Yeah, thank you. Hello, Dananga Adventurer. Maybe an idea for why this knight goes to a4 and then bishop goes to a3. Yeah, that idea is something what I'm afraid. Thank you. Because with that plan, I'm a little bit afraid of something that can happen on the. Yeah, these are kind of ideas where I'm a little bit afraid of the c5 pawn. Oscar, 95, knight f3, possibly. Yeah, I agree. 96, 95, g6. Yes, 92 now. Now it's interesting. Like I'm very interested to see what will happen now. I both agree with you guys. If I'm white, I think I will maybe try to play queen d2 longside, or maybe some queen e2 move. Not queen d2 I can because 94. So I suppose I will just move the queen and try to longside castle. I don't know if that works, but that's in my mind. So that's something I really want to try to do. But like I said, all these moves, 92, and the point with 92 is that you're not, I can even play a5, a4. When you move the knight around, I think I can just keep pushing the pawns and do the damage here. So that's, I think, some kind of my guess here. But yeah. So that's a little problem with the move 92. So, but it's very interesting again to guess what will happen next. My guess queen d2 longside. The knight must stay on c3 to protect from a5, a4 plans. Queen d2 h5. Good point. Like oh, I have knight g6. So yeah, this one, and that's a little unfortunate because now I can just trade the knight for the. Okay, it looks a bit strange, but I think when this bishop disappear, however may sound, this pawn will be weakened. So I think that's good for us. Let's see it. Okay, body language. Is the queen is moving? Yeah, maybe, yeah, but probably castling is following all of it, Nemanja first. So, but we'll see. So we have 30 minutes on the clock for, white here, so. What somehow I feel that white will be in time trouble. Probably Furious SG, do you agree with me? I think there will be a huge time trouble for white. Nemanja, white will probably try to transfer the bishop. Yeah, I think that's way. But now I think what's important here, I would like to see if like here white will first solve the problem of his king. agrees with everything you say. Thank you. No, please, if you have anything to add or nothing, something that you think I'm not right, please let me know. So what do we have here? Mhm. Okay, still we're waiting for the move. Interesting point here. So still we're waiting. What will white play now? 28 minutes on the clock. White plan maybe to put a knight on f5 and hopefully something on d6. Yep. Hi, Captain. Hi, Captain. Hello, hello. We have queen to d3. Wow. Interesting. I thought like, okay. Hello, hello. Yeah, this is, we got Rossolino. Wow, this move is very fun. Okay, so now it's a question. So if you go there, he probably go long side. And if I go here, maybe this knight f5, but then I go long side. Yeah, maybe something like I think here Ilya will just jump in. Like there is no reason why not. That's my guess. Like if we're already on e6, I think 94 comes very naturally. But let's let's check a little bit. But this to me this comes very quickly. So, but like I said, let's see it. Knight f4. The thing with knight f4 is like I don't know how to continue if I just move here, queen. And then again, my plan is same. And now knight on e6, knight on f4. Not sure what's what's your next thing to do after that. So that's some of my guesses right now. If this move is on the board, yeah. Oh yeah, I finished my business test. Yeah, I remembered. Yes, yes. How it was? How was the business test? I don't know. Like my wife told me that my memory is very strange. I'm remembering the things that some, like when I need to remember something important, I can't. But I'm just remembering, for example, that you wrote me that about business test, like crazy. So let's see. I think that like yeah, like if I need to choose the squares, I will probably pick the D. But like I said, it very much depends on anything. So let's see. Maybe I'm kind of wrong. That's very like very typical. Mm. Was it the grocery list that you forgot? Exactly, Nemanja. Yes, exactly. That's for example, that's one of the things. 1 hour and 10 minutes with a half an hour is wild. I agree. Yep. So I just hope the thing with this position, it's like I will say it's a harder a bit to play with white in some ways. I think with Ilya just need to jump on d4 and move the bishop alongside. That's it. Let me see the Twitch. White's plan maybe to put the knight on f5 and hopefully something on d6. I agree for you, SSG. I agree with you. Yeah, that's something what white wants to do. Hi, Captain. I would be like, I don't remember what I have to do for school, and yet I can remember the most random thing happened in history, like a guy who went to a toilet in 3 p.m. in 1925. I agree. And that's exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought with that. So I can just randomly, um, I could randomly remember something that's very strange, and then like if my wife sent me the grocery list, I will forget all of them. So yeah, I agree with that. Serbia is underrated as a country. Very beautiful, very kind people. Um, I think that's honestly that's the truth. Like Serbia is a really beautiful country, and people are very nice and friendly. So definitely, if you have a chance, definitely you should visit. Okay, so let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's keep it up. Did he jump? Yes, he did. Okay, I'm a good guesser today. I wonder is Latvia is a good country. Like I also heard a lot of nice things there. Yeah, I will definitely wanted to check all these countries that I was never been before. So maybe somewhere in the future. Maybe some, yeah, maybe some point in the future. So knight to d4. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so now I'm guessing here white will continue with the long side. Not so many options here. Now it's a chess brain. You're trained to remember small details in some random 15 move line. Yeah, yeah, that's the. I will say that to my wife. Thank you for that. That's I will say I studied because that's because of the chess. So long side we have on the board. So we have long side. Have you ever been to India? Hello, chess 6969. I actually got that question I think yesterday. No, unfortunately not. Somehow my true like my yeah my let's say somehow I was never able to go there. Yeah, I was like in these very let's say far away destination. I was in China and I was in Africa, but I was never, for example, in India. So we have yeah. So we have this, and now I will say a very interesting moment for Ilya. So now it depends what he will do now. So, but the good thing, almost like not full, like let's say almost 40 minutes up on the clock. India is not that far from China. Yeah, I agree. For me, it was unbelievably far away. A5 will be met. A5 will be met with knight a4. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes being understanding the subtle line feels like I'm become a title player momentarily and be like, let's go proceed to blunder in the next move. Yeah, yeah. Interesting point, Hunger Captain. Interesting point. So let's see what will Ilya play here uh, with black. I suppose now we can play bishop e6. I really don't see like this now bb7 looks bad now in these variations. So I believe the bishop e6 comes very naturally. And now I think that I like to say now white needs to figure it out how he will play this. I think the plan with the bishop e6 for white, I mean, is like probably just somehow first move the king away. And if I go here, maybe some ideas with knight a4. So to try to play bishop a3 and to target the c5 pawn. So I will say that this is the thing that Ilya needs to figure it out how to keep it up here. Because now if even if he goes like a plan like queen f5, maybe white can just offer trades. So who knows, like now it will be a huge battle for the c5 pawn. So we'll see how this will go. Now the knight on d4 looks beautiful, majestic. I will 100% take black's position. Black here, black's position looks nice, like I said in the first look. Yeah, but now it's in some way it's a question how to continue. How to say it looks nice, but and I will definitely prefer black. But you know there will be a lot of questions. There will arise. There will be like a lot of questions that here black needs to answer if he wants to play for a win. But I'm sure Elia will find a way. So when I try to remember theory, I always play really bad because I don't play the position and I play the ideas that I know. And that's Oscar. That's the thing with the openings. You need to focus on the variation you know. And when I did that on the chess.com, when I played much, 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 much better. So you definitely need to focus on the variations that you know, or at least you know you learned. Definitely advice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So queen to d3 maybe just to prevent any knight f3 shenanigans. Yeah, I think that's the way. Yeah, yeah, that's the way how he played. I agree with you. Definitely. when I try to remember theory, I always play bad because yeah. Okay, sorry. It's better the way to understand the ideas and the variations. Yeah. So in the openings, the key thing is not to rush and definitely try to understand what's behind the move. So I will when I was younger player, I also thought like just memorization. I get somewhere and that's it. But I lost so many games, especially in the Sicilian. I remember like maybe even now recently, like maybe 2 years ago, I played the game against the FIDE master, who's like around like 2 350 or something like that. And remember, I checked some variation, but I just not checked on the engine. Like I didn't check it like on the board. And I remember that I got to the position after move 15, and I was like a +1, and I was like super happy. Wow, I'm have +1 during on. And I just forgot one move in the whole variation. In the moment when I was +1, I made the mistake. I lost like in the next 6 moves. So that's the reason why I need to be so careful, guys, with the openings. Mm. Yeah, last commenter said Grandmaster don't play main lines because it's not a good idea. But we don't play them because we have no idea. Okay, that's a good one. I didn't hear it, but it's very fun. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, I think did we get bishop e6? I think we got. Okay. So Ilya played bishop e6. That's on the board. So natural square for the bishop in this Rossolino. And then like it's very much depends what do we have next after this. So let's see it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, can we even defend the c5 or maybe queen before after queen d2? That's the question. I'm not so really sure about that. Maybe it depends what move order here white picks. So, like now it's a question after bishop e6. I feel the first white needs to move the king to b1. And now with some ideas, knight a4 and bishop a3. An interesting queen before. I didn't think about that. We'll see. But let's keep from here. So let's keep it from here. Ninety-four looks nice, but what does white do? I'm not familiar with these Rossolino Sicilian. Yeah, these structures are very crazy. That's the reason why I love to play them with black. So knight f4 looks nice, but what? Sorry, rook h to f1 to prepare f4 is bad. Yeah, I think like if you Oscar, if you open the f, you give black no more options. I think the key thing how white should play now is to try to keep the position closed and to find some way maybe how to target the c pawn, because the c pawn is like the main target that should be like from that white pieces should target like this and this. So that's my guess. Nemanja, I remember the one game I lost in Caracan when I followed the computer recommendation, but I didn't let the engine run deeper because after a few seconds it shows it's a losing move, so that was a reason to me. That was a lesson to me. Yeah, I agree, Nemanja. That was like something like why like engines are so good in some ways, but also very dangerous. So my advice will be definitely whenever you learn a new opening, try to put on the board that position. Try to think like a human, like what you want to do, what you're thinking, like what's your plan. Try to behave like when you put the position on the board. Try to think like you're in the tournament game, and based on that fact and based on that decision, check with the engine to see what the engine will say on your plan. So. Yeah, yeah. My idea was against to play on d4. I understand, yeah. But I feel like if you play rook f1 somehow and f4, you will actually open up position a bit more. So I think here the way how to play against the knight at this moment is to focus on the c pawn. Yeah. So I want to focus on the c, so we'll see. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see, let's see. This is now interesting stuff here. So we have the position is around equal. I think Ilya played all the good moves. I think the only difference maybe that I will play a little bit different was like let's go back just for fun. I think the only thing where we can maybe talk about what maybe Ilya could do differently, but I think he played everything very well, is maybe the move d4. But like I said, still this is very not easy. Maybe knight d2, maybe g6 here. And now the plan here can be, I think, the same, like bishop d7, long side. Try somehow to launch on this side of the board. So, but again, this is a very close position. And, you know, I think that here, at least that what's a good thing that here black will not think about the c pawn. So, but let's see. So Ilya here picked another type. He took on e4, and then he played this. It also looks very logical. Knight d4, jump, and bishop e6. So again, like I said, different types of the play, but still black I think should be slightly better here. So did Ilya won the opening battle since his opening time is really low? I think he did. So I definitely, what I watched from the game and the way how everything went, I think White was a bit more surprised by Ilya choices here. So, and I definitely don't like the move g4 that happened. So 100% I don't like the move g4 that White played. So. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's keep it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. Like the d4, yeah, does not look natural to me. That's most likely because I don't understand this kinds of position. I thought they would be beneficial to open up and activate the position. Yeah, this is like a very close call. I will say both positions are very good if you understand. Like both of them are good. So yeah, but like I said, I played a little bit of this, so I played this stuff with black, so I know that I'm always now thinking about the C. So, but thank you for the message. So what I wanted here, I got the messages on the also on the Twitch. So I started playing new system with black against d4, c4, d5, c5. Austrian defense, just the one main lines. I heard actually that that's very like I didn't check that positions honestly, but I heard they're very interesting. So please let me know when you win the first game. Hit me with the message. So yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so we have 94, I believe. Yeah, that was the thing I was a little bit afraid of. This one. And possible target. So now it's a question, what will Ilya do now? So because with a move like a knight a4, but it's again very high accuracy for both of them, 95%. So it's a very precise game. If white plays knight f5, does black have to take it? Yeah, okay, that didn't happen, but I think actually we don't need. I think we can play also g6, right? So yeah, the good thing here that, yeah, I think here the good thing is black is up to 40 minutes. So yeah, that's very good stuff. I agree with you. Definitely agree with you with that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, I think one of Grandmaster mentioned how the thinking process during any time control is still the same but slightly different when it comes with the longer time control. Yeah, like you mean like in the time trouble, like that thinking process is a bit different, right? If I understand you well. Yeah, yeah, like okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, in the longer time, like in longer time controls, I definitely think that yeah, we have a different kind of a plans how we'll play certain games. In the Blitz and Rapid, of course, you have different tactics as well. So, okay, let's try to figure it out something interesting here. We have Bishop E7 as an option. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit afraid of Bishop E7 at this moment because of Knight F5. And then somehow I don't want this knight to, sorry, I don't want this bishop to drop. And also, I'm not sure about this. I can simply take it. So, and of course, I don't want to let the knight to take the bishop because this is be the free pawn. So a little bit the problem is here that we can't play this. The move like a g6 is maybe the option. At least like with the g6, I agree a little bit we're weakening the king side, but at least the knight will not jump here. And now if we go king b1, maybe now we play like bishop e7. So maybe, but again, the thing is on bishop a3, I don't, like maybe we can go to the short side. And the question is like, if this types of a things happened, maybe we can keep playing this with the pawn sack. So can we play? Okay, like this, something like this. So again, like I said, maybe Ilya will at some point will need to sack the pawn just to get the game here. So that's interesting stuff. A little bit unclear, but that's like something that, yeah, where is my mind here? So yeah, that's why I'm a little bit afraid of bishop e7 here. But like I said, the good thing here is that Ilya is 14 minutes up on the clock. And yeah, everything depends on this moment. Because I think if he finds something good here, white will start to think. Sack the pawn for activity. This is getting a bit insane if that happens. Yeah, I think so. But because what's the problem here? So when this knight f4 happened, white plan is like to take and take it. So black needs to do something in return for it. So if I go here and here, again, I think there will be a pawn sack. But the good thing here is that when long side happen, I think the white queen will need to move anyway. So okay, we have rook to b8 if I see here on the board. Wow, we have rook to b8. Okay, then didn't see that coming. I thought here Ilya will go for some long side stuffs. Okay, we have rook to b8. Wow, interesting move. That's why I don't want to guess his moves in these positions. Okay. So, and the good thing is that his opponent here is on the 20-minute mark. So, yeah, with move rook to b8. Mm-hmm. 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 So rook to b8. Okay, so when do the opponents get extra time or has it already happened? I think there is no extra time here. So they will play, they have just additional 30 seconds for each move, but they don't have additional like 30 minutes or anything. So when do the opponents, yeah, okay, maybe his idea after bishop a3 is rook b4. What crazy that will be. Wow, I didn't consider that. So bishop a3 this. Yeah, but looks a bit too much, I think. I can just take, and the problem is that white is king is very safe here. So I can just probably play f4. And then the thing is you can't take the knight is king, and if white takes on e5, now black king will be in danger. So interesting. I'm always open for some kind of exchange sacrifices, but I suppose here it's a little bit too much. Yeah, but this rook b8, I'm very like I really want to see what Ilya wanted to play bishop a3. I think like yeah, rook b8 is a very interesting move, and I think after this, when we get in live after the game, I will definitely this will be one of my first questions. What did he plan? Okay, yeah, bishop a3 happened. This is the thing I wanted. Maybe Ilya wanted just a sack pawn with the king f7. How crazy that will be. So maybe here Ilya just wanted to play the move like this. That will be so fun. That will be so fun here. Did you ever played a 960 tournament? Do you think 960 could be a serious thing? Honestly, didn't play. I played a little bit in chess.com, some tournaments, these 960. And like I had a serious problems how to get away from the openings. If I survive first 5 or 6 moves, then I will get like a good positions. So I think it can be serious thing, 960. And the good thing what I love about that is like there is no preparation. Like you just play chess regularly. So I think I really want to play something. Yeah. I never played Jan Timman. I watched so many games. I'm feeling really sad about his passed away. Yeah. Hey, tell me, Oscar, what do you think, guys, about 960? Do you okay? We have Queen F5. So what do you think about 960? Is that can be a real deal? So we have. So what do we have here? So after the move rook to B8, Bishop A3, we have Queen A5. Okay, so we have this move anyway. So the questions now, questions of all questions. Computer here said that this move is a bit risky. The move Queen F5 that happened. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 960 is not my thing. I prefer structure in chess. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 960 is fun, but I feel like after some time we'll have theoretical real chess. Another trivia question for the GM. Have you ever played any of the world champions? I did. I played a tournament game against Vichy Anand in the German Bundesliga. I had a very interesting game, but I was like, yeah, I was like, I was full of respect. I lost like a lot of time during that game, and I was equal most of the game. And then at some point I was worse. I blundered some move. I was worse, and then he gave me a chance for a draw. I didn't see some ideas for perpetuals, so I lost the game, but I was proud of myself. So how I played that. So let's keep it up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now actually on the move Queen F5. So first, I will not look at the engine moves. I'll play this move. Oh, okay. So this is actually a very bad move. Okay, so Queen to D2 is a very, 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 very good move. Very bad move. Okay, sorry, because of Queen A6. But let's see it. What happened here? A Knight F3. Okay, didn't expect this is coming. Okay, I think here white is starting. I think this problem with the time will help Ilya for sure. I mean, when I say problem with the time, problem white with the time. Okay, this move, knight f3. Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was the thing with the queen a6. Yeah, but here, unfortunately, yeah, I'm not sure now about this move, knight f3. Like it looks like you don't want to take it anyway. So I think he didn't like the knight there. Like at least like if the knight was on h4, I can like here. I think I thought at least I will play the knight f5 here. So like if I'm already playing with the knight, I don't know. Knight f3 looks like a somehow passive to me. Now it's a question, what do you do with black? Can I play just simply bishop e7? Maybe castle? Trying to solve the things here. Also, maybe the rook on b8 did his job. Maybe we can go rook to d8. Now, I'm start asking questions. What you wanted to do. So, yeah, maybe this knight f3 was a little bit too passive. Yeah, bishop c4 ideas in the air. I agree. Man then bishop c4. Yeah, and takes knight and yeah, at some point, yeah, for sure. There is some bishop c4 move here. Really? Now? Oh, now? No, now it's not possible, right? I can take it. Like if you take the knight, I give you a mate. right? So here we, unfortunately, we can't do this right here. But if he, maybe on queen f5, yeah, knight f3, unfortunately. So I'm more for bishop e7 here, something more strategical. Not knight takes. Sorry, on the move knight f3, what's your suggestion here? Knight f3 first, then bishop c4. Aha, you want to take it first. Okay, take, and bishop c4. Okay, I understand now. Okay, maybe I can go like this move. I think this is a bit dangerous. I can do this. I'm threatening queen d7. Okay, now I understand. This is what's a bit scary, I will say. Because now if I go queen to d7 at some point, it can be tricky to navigate because of the queen d7. Like, at least, like, white king is kind of like a safe in the castle. So, and black king, black needs to think. Yeah, I love the fact to take material, but seems like probably in this game it was a bit too much. Like I said, this is just some of my guesses. Mm-hmm. Let's see it. Now it's interesting. I think the game is going up and down now. Mm-hmm. What we will do now. Thank you, actually. Yeah, thank you, the adventurer. Thank you for ideas. Are pretty cool, honestly. Just always like, guys, please give me some ideas, give me some moves here. Yeah. So yeah, I believe in rook d8 or bishop e7. One of these two moves looks nice. So we have 18 minutes on the clock for black here, and for white, sorry, here. So that's pretty nice. Mm-hmm. 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 So what do we do here? So knight to f3 on the board. Let's see it. What will Ilya play now? The good thing here, what I like, is that Ilya is using his time. So it looks like he's ready to I very like it. Okay, hello, Desiderius Dame. Also, King f7 maybe looks nice. I agree. King f7 looks like a fun. I don't know. For some reasons, I just want a bishop e7. I just want to castle it. I want to castle in normal way. So, yeah. Hello, Gojo. Nemanja, there is a lot of players from Britain. Is Ilya only international player? Uh, oh, it's a good question actually. Yeah, look, I think I saw some. I think I saw some players from Germany that I recently played against. Some IMGMs on the tournament list, I think. Hey, Nemanja, I didn't check. What is like a first like a prize on this tournament? Like overall, I didn't see it, so I wanted to ask you. Okay, we have it on the board. Bishop e7. Okay, so Ilya is agreeing. Like Ilya agreed with me this time. So we have bishop e7 here. Yeah. So very natural move. Everything looks very nice. Yeah. So we go bishop e7. We wanna, yeah. So we want a bishop e7, and we wanna develop. Mm-hmm. Ooh, he took on d4. That's a huge. Okay, didn't expect that to happen. Wow. Okay, I really didn't expect. Okay, so white here probably in time trouble. White is making some decisions where I think black is very happy about. And I suppose he really took with the c pawn. Oh, wow. Yeah, this was a bit strange. I didn't expect this to happen. Capture the knight. Yeah, I really thought that the pieces will stay in the on the board. I didn't expect this. So we have takes with the c. Wow. Okay. This maneuver with knight f3 94. It looks a bit, yeah, what he did. Yeah, he took with the c. So yeah. So he took on the c. Yeah, I agree. Wow. Okay. So here I think now, yeah, here for sure, what we can say is that, yeah, here Ilya is in the driver's seat, 100%. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, a lot of things are going on now, and we have a trade with the king. Okay, so probably here, yeah, probably here, in this position after the move king e7. Yeah, I think here, wow. Yeah, so king to e7 here happened. Wow. That was a very strange stuff. Okay, so king to e7. So we have a couple of trades here. Let's go back to it. So he, like, white improved the structure of black, and now we have a king to e7 now. Now I suppose, like, Ilya is very happy. And the black plans should be, like, something with the connected with the rook to b4 and try to get there. Big This is my close friend Stefan in the chat. Hello, Stefan. Very close friend. Yes. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Let's see it. So rook to b4. Yeah, rook b4 it looks like idea. Yeah, black square near the opponent king. Hello, Desider's game. Yeah, black square near the opponent king is crazy. Yeah, I agree. I'm captain. Yeah, rook b4. I agree. That's what I'm a little bit afraid here. We will see. Yeah. Really, yeah. Rook b4 looks dangerous. But here, I think now, let's see what will happen now. That's interesting to follow. Okay, the game is entering interesting stage now. So we have king to e7, so bishop e7, king c2. Oh. Okay, here I think white is a talented player. I think here, like, I think the time problem, like here it's with the time. Now he's making some like not such a good moves here. I think based on time here. I think now rook b4 is coming. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Rook b4, I think it's a pre-move now. Let me check this. So here, yeah, white has like 15 minutes on the clock. I suppose now rook b4 should come in the next move. The thing is, okay, so on the rook to b4, I suppose white prepared this move. That's my guess, because you can't take on a2 still, because rook a1. But I think the long-term problem is I don't need to take it. I can simply play the move like queen a3. Then I can stack the rooks on the b file and try to play a5 a4. So I think that's the plan, and probably that's the idea. So this is something that crossed my mind. So let's see if I'm right or wrong. Oh, sorry. Yeah, king c2 looks. Yeah, yeah. I think rook b4 is a threat. I agree, and I think that's the reason. But I agree with you that this move looks very logical. So king c2 looks very logical from some point. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Rook b4 is a threat. I agree. I think Oscar it is. So the rook b4 then a3 by white. No, I think on rook b4 white prepared knight b2. But again, I like to see 15 minutes on the clock. So let's go. I think rook b4 is coming. And after knight b2, of course. I'm also curious. Can I just play this move? Okay, maybe this move is a little bit... Okay, he can play this. So, but we don't need that. Okay, so... Okay, so anyway, if we go rook to b4, and he goes there, can I play this now? Aha, okay, so this is improvement, is like we can play a4, a5. Okay, so the plan for black is to stack the b rooks and play a pawn as far as possible to destroy these structures. So I think that's the reason. So do we have it? We have rook before on the board. Nice. So, and I think that this knight coming back is coming very, very quickly. So there was a rook to b4, and now my guess is knight b2. I think it must come. Okay, knight b2. Yep. So, and now we have knight to b2. Yep. And now queen a3, very important move. So if black finds queen a3, black will be in the driver's seat. So queen a3 and push a as far as possible. So he definitely needs to put the queen on a3. Yeah, yeah, queen to a3. Yeah, bishop c4 ideas are also possible and very natural. So I just think that queen a3 should be the move. The thing is, with the queen a3, you're releasing the pawn. So I only don't like, I don't know if this move order can bring some problem, and now I do this, and I can again play a5 a4. So probably it's the same. So I think it's the same, and I think, however, here, like, I think, however, black continues, I think it should be very, very good for, yeah, it should be very good for black here. A3, wow, I didn't think about A3. Okay, we'll play. A3 is a fun one. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, cool. Yeah, A3 is a funny option. Let's say, aha, okay, if I do this, no, but you don't have time for it, right? I can take on b3. Take, I think I can take. I think I can do this now, right? Can I? I can go queen c3, but I think I can also do this. However you take, I have queen c3 mate. Yeah. So let's go back to it. Okay, let's see it. Okay. Now, okay, what happened? Wow, it was such a quick... Oh, he played this rook hb8 very quickly. Okay, so we had that move. Okay, so he played rook hb8. Okay, so we were right with this. The computer doesn't like that so much as queen a3, but okay. Like, I think it's fine. I think it should be fine. Yeah, he played rook hb8. Sorry, chat, I'm a little bit... I'm thinking on it, and then I thought he would play queen a3. But queen a3 was such a nice move. So, but also this is on, and now we have, I think, rook a1. Yeah. And now black needs to find this move quickly. This idea. "50 minutes for opponent." Hey. Purple Kirby, hello, hello. Yeah. Thank you for writing on the Twitch. Hello. Okay, so we have Queen A3. Yeah, like this move order. Okay, find it. Yes, nice, nice. No, but he must play that. I think he can't allow A3 from the other side, and this is it. So now the point is this: if White finds this move Rook HB1 right here, White is White is much worse, but still he's fighting. I want to try to understand one thing. So if he played this and I do this immediately, and if I do this, and I do this, and I do this, I can take. Ah, okay, this is the difference. Now we have bishop c4 and different ideas, and now we can take on a. Okay, I understand. Okay, so this was a difference in this move order. Okay. So, but we have queen to a3 now. And now let's see what happened here. So now it's a White is in a very in a difficult spot here. You see hand captain. Okay, he found it. So we had it. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I think this a5, a4 idea looks very much straightforward. So, but let's see. So the rook hb1 is so hard move to play. And like I said, like I got in the Twitch, I think, yeah. So it's like a 15 minutes for open. So hard, so hard. Yep. C5 looks decent. A5, A4 is more forcing though. Hey, Deciduous Dame, hello, hello. Yeah, C5 looks nice. I like A5, A4 because I want to put the pressure on my opponent who's having like how much time? 13 minutes on the clock. I think A5, A4. Ilya played this game very good, very precise. But like there are so many like details here, but I'm very like how he played. Basically, Black just has sacrifices everywhere. Yeah, Black just like Ilya. I don't know. These are like Ilya's probably the most favorite things to do. Probably just keep sacrificing. Yeah, more forcing with a5. Okay, but he found rook hb1. Okay, White found this. Okay, White found rook hb1. I think the problem, a little problem, not problem. Like I think a5 is coming. So 99%. Okay, let's see. C5 square might be more useful left open for later infiltration by the black king. Yeah, that's also interesting. Like if we play c5, we can use that square maybe somehow. I agree with some pieces. Maybe with the king, maybe with the queen. So also maybe we don't need to play it, but maybe we can do bum bum, a push push. So maybe we can try to do something with a pawn here. A5, let's go. Yep, I love that. Ilya played it. Okay, so we have the a5 on the board. Okay, very nice. Ilya played this very, very nice. That's very nice. So a5, our plan is a4. So now let's see it. So if we want to go here, and we want to disturb this pawn structure. So now I think it's a very hard, especially in 12 minutes. Hello, chat on the Twitch. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, I think a5 here is a kind of a very dangerous, and now these ideas with a4 are pretty good stuff. Yeah. So let's see what will happen now. Ilya is playing very well. Oscar, I fully agree with you. I think Ilya played this game flawlessly. Let's continue. Let's hope he will continue this way. I will not change anything. I don't want to change anything here. So let's keep it up. Mm-hmm. So I hope this a4 will happen. Now it's very interesting. I think now it's a hard moment for white to play here because I don't see how white will should consider now. So this move is hard. Like if I just think what to do with white now, it's so hard. Right? I really don't know what to do with white pieces here. So maybe to move the king. I don't know. Maybe like if I move the king somewhere, try to run, then a4 is the let's say here it's just destroying. So maybe I can play like a waiting move. Maybe queen d2 is like the best. Maybe try it, but then again I play a4 and like this. Maybe try to change the sides, but then like I can just move the rook somewhere like here. Maybe that's the plan, like queen c1 now. But like I said, I think that this is the only move. So I think the only move is queen to d2, knight to d3. I think that's the only way for him to stay in the game. Okay, let's see. Will he find this on the 10 minutes on the clock? Ilya is on the 50, so that's very nice. So yeah, this is I think the only way just to try somehow to fight against the a pawn. So. What do you think, chat, in general? Is it streaming hard? Is it that difficult way to, like, I don't know, like to, generally, what do you think about the streaming? So I'm waiting for this queen to d2, knight to d3 option. King c1, a4. Yeah, this is the problem. Even if you go king to c1, I just push a4. So whatever you do, I just actually pushed. I think that's a problem. Yeah. So I'm not so really sure about that. Now it's a hard choice. Like in less than 9 minutes, we have queen to d2 on the board. So he found it. Okay. Nice. Okay, yeah, white is finding the only moves. This is the only move to play knight to d3. Okay. Really nice thing, honestly, to be like very nice move. So queen to d2, knight to d3. Now run to the other side of the board. This is your day. We'll see it now. I can imagine that doing commentary for a game like this can be hard when not much is happening, but the insights are appreciated. They go beyond just the evaluation bar. Yeah. Yeah. I also think so. Yeah, like I learned like for this couple of it, like I said, when I did like a first stream for Ilya, I didn't stream for 2 years, and I learned that it's much easier when I get some kind of a questions in the chat. It's like just to get flow, and then it's much easier for me to have my thoughts around something. So because if there are no if there are no questions in the chat, or like it's so hard for me like to follow my thought process. I don't know if that makes sense. So streaming is hard, especially when you're doing long stream like this one. Yeah, I don't know. Like generally, like when you follow, like I think it's like 2 hour stream. It's like something like 2 or 3 hours. It should be normal stream. I think. I don't know. Maybe 2 hour stream is normally. I really noticed the difference when I was rewatching the chat from yesterday's round six, and most of the chat was just reacting to the evaluation bar. Oh, purpley. What do you mean? Like, aha, purpley. What do you mean? Like, in what way? What was the difference when I was rewatching the round six and the chat? So you mean like we're talking about the lines and everything? Mm-hmm. Last there was only GMs in the chat. Okay, so okay, people like to comment. I like that. I respect that. The open is pretty much suffering. Streaming is difficult. Yeah, never easy. Oh, yeah. I understand. Okay, so do we have a4? Okay, let's go for a4. Hopefully we'll do that. Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. Think yeah, Furious was always objective. From the first day when I started to stream here, was very objective. Yeah, I like that as well. And much easier even. He's helping me a lot to follow my thought process. So I'm very thankful for that. Streaming is difficult. Press the clock with A4. Yeah, I think he will play A4. Nothing else to do here. Mm, yeah, I think that A4 must shows up here. So I don't see anything else except to play A4 now. Yeah, Rook B3 is coming. The series name Rook B3. I'm not sure about Rook B, but A4 must come here, I think. I think now here Ilya is calculating what's going on A493 here. Mm. Yeah, Furious SG, yeah, you were the only, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, Rook B3 is coming. Let's see it. So now Ilya on the board. Ilya is thinking here what to do. Oh, Blessing Gloria is now following. Hello, hello. Thank you for follow. How are you? How are you, Blessing Gloria? Hello, hello. Thank you for follow. You need to go now, Hand Captain. Okay. Thank you for being around. Thank you so much for questions and the interesting ideas. Thank you so much. Hope to see you around. Okay, let's go, Ilya. A4. Let's go, A4. We need this. We need A4. Mm-hmm. It's come very natural, but let's see. Will A4 happen? I think, yeah, A493 is like a white idea here to try to solve this issue. But I think here, yeah, I think that what's a good thing here is like, okay, let's go A493 and we move the rook to B6. Now the question is like how, like this will just happen anyway. So I believe that the best thing is maybe to go there, but I can take. Can I take with the knight? I think that the thing what Ilya should play here is now the endgame. So he should just transpose this to the endgame situation and yeah, go from there. So to open the G and then to open the H file to infiltrate with the rook. So I think that here, yeah, maybe the thing here is with this, I think Ilya need to be ready not to win on the spot, but a little bit later on. Hello, it's a ton. Hello, hello. I think maybe it's a 10. Done. Hi, hi. How are you? How many rounds in the tournament? I think, yeah, this is the round 8. Nine. It's a 9-round tournament, I think. I'm mainly used to my league time control of 60-30, but a lot again. Of course, it seems I was spending too much time near the end. I was still happy that I made some good decisions. I did have better business parts of the game, but people are less whenever. Oh, purple like don't think about that. Purple Kirby 132, please don't think about what you see in the chat and so on. Just your what you need to do is like you need to try to best decisions in the moment. You should be happy about that. And please, mistakes are normal part of the game. Like try to be objective and that's it. So. Of course. And then it was for okay, but the people like you see like we like people like to find some mistakes so they can analyze with this, and yeah, like you just don't make it like don't think about that. Just what's for you here is important. Just give your best, and that's it. I think, yeah. So, okie dokie. So, what do we have? So, what do we have here? Okay, like I said, Ilya here is thinking about the a4. I suppose you're still not so fully sure how to continue here. Mm, yeah, of course. I fully agree with you. Yeah. I've a few SSG, I agree. Like, who are we to judge? Like, I know how many games I lost, and like in the time trouble when I was winning and so on, and then suddenly, like, if I just read some other comment, I just don't pay attention to it, because you played the game, you know how do you feel and so on. So don't think about that, and think only about yourself. How do you feel? How you can improve your chess and decision making points. So, and you should be proud of yourself anyway. So here, after a4, black can win a pawn maybe. Yes, the deciduous dame, I think so. I will definitely play here a4, and then I will see from there what will happen. So I think a4 must come, and but like I said here in the previous moment, so after a4, if he moves like this, we need to play rook b6, and now it's interesting that the only move is this. So let's say, I'm just curious, like if I played this, okay, now we have this move. Okay, that's fun. What's the point? I can take, and take. And if he goes like, I don't know, rook to b2, we can simply trade in a3. And this guy is going down. So, yeah, I think that now a4 is just a natural move. Yeah, like the only Ilya I think should calculate that after the move a4 he will not win on the spot, but probably some endgame will happen. I agree with that. So yeah, what I wait after a4? Can we just take it with the knight? Yeah, that's a fun story. No, let me show you. Good point. So if he takes here, we can simply go with the move that was very familiar in the chat. Very familiar with the chat. Bishop c4. Boom. So that's the problem. And now, unfortunately, we can't take a retake because the knight is hanging. And now the position is just game over. So that's the reason I really believe the a4 will happen. I'm just waiting for that to happen. So here, let's see it. Let's keep it up. Interesting. Will a4 will be found. Okay, we have a quick move. a4 on the board. So we have a4. Nice. Okay, I was a bit afraid. Will Ilya find something else? But a4 was nice. Okay, we have a4. Nice. Love it. So this is a good stuff. I was a little bit afraid, but it's good. So like I said, please guys, I will just like a nice, and I will say just one little reminder, even after the game, whatever happened, hopefully Ilya will win this. After the game, we will have a short interview with him through the Google Meet, so please don't leave after he win the game, hopefully win. I'm always cheering for the win, so we can a little bit hear his thoughts about the game and everything. So, okay, that was okay. So now a4 on the board. Not the easy decision now by white here. So let's keep it up. I think 93 and so on. Can you talk more about the lines that are possible? Of course. So here, in this position, after the move a4, I believe 93 will come. That's my possible line in my head. After knight to d3. I don't know what, like I said here, first knight d3, he must target the rook and at the same time the pawn. Now the thing here is I will probably just go back. And now again, the thing was, I believe the only move for white was queen to c1. The reason is white needs to release the pressure on the b pawn. And after a trade, of course, if he takes with this is a free pawn. My guess is knight takes. And now in this type of the endgame, because the white pieces are a bit stuck, and he can't take because he is hanging, my point is to open the second front with the move h5. And the point is, like, obviously he can take. If he takes, we can activate the rook. When it goes there, take, and after rook to h8, I believe this endgame should be very easily winning because the second rook will be open. So these are some of the, some ideas here. I hope I explained this Karel in the good way. So if you have any questions, please let me know. So what do we have? Yeah, so I think that's it, but we have a 6.5 minutes for white, and white is in the time, white is kind of like entering the time trouble here, so. So let's see. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I will just enter a little bit in the chat. Okay, so we have 93. Okay, let's go. Let's go back to it. So 93 was my guess move, was fine. And now I think just Ilya needs to find rook back to b6. Yeah, I just have some reading some chat on Twitch. Yeah, it's never okay. Rook b7 was on the board. I believe both moves are good. Not so. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, it's a very close call. Okay, so this b6 or b7 are both are the same. Okay, so we have this. Okay, and I believe now the best move is should be queen c1. So for some reasons this move was better. I can't really sure. I will not say why is this so much better, but yeah, like I will not go to b7 because of some knight c5 plans, but let's keep it up. So here we have rook 4 b7 here. Yeah, he needs to find it. He found it. So now we have this move. But I think it should be winning as well. So now white needs again to find queen c1. If he doesn't find queen c1, he's in a very bad shape. Yeah. You know, the good thing is Ilya has like a 40 minutes on the clock, and yeah, that's pretty hard. Mm-hmm. 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 What do we do now? Mm-hmm. What about queen f5 now? Wow, that's a fun move. Wow, that's a really fun move. Hey, Antron Terrell, is there any extra time after move 40? No, unfortunately, there is no extra time after move 40. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. I thought during it, wow, it's a fun move actually. I didn't think about that. I think again the trick is we can take. Oh, okay. Maybe that's the reason why rook was better on b6. Can we take check? Oh, it's not a check. Sorry, I thought the king was on d7. Okay, so we have this, and I think luckily we can move the rook here. But he needs to calculate a little bit, Ilya, here. Oh, queen f5, fun move. I agree. Queen f5 is a fun move. Mm-hmm. Harry Postner, hello, 7584. Thank you for it. Yeah, the move is actually very fun. That one. Yep. Is queen c1 a difficult move to find? Had like a queen c1 to me, it looks like the only one. I think there is nothing else to do except to try to trade and to enter the endgame. Because with the endgame, at least he will have some chances to protect the b. Oscar Chess, sadly, after this tournament, he will no longer be in the golden 222 rating. Yeah, hopefully he will go at least. How much he will learn? How much he will get? I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think he will be over 222. 4 twos. Knight c1. I think we analyzed that at some point. Oh, knight c1 on the board. That move is unfortunately losing. So why is this move losing? Okay, chat, show me the tactic. Show me the tactic here, chat. Shouldn't be hard. I think he blundered. Here, white blundered heavily. Let's see. The chat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 Yeah. 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 I got it. Thank you. Nice chat. Thank you. I agree. Should be easy. I agree. Thank you, Furious. Yeah, that was it. Purpley, I'm sure you will play some future tournaments in a good way. Just relax. Enjoy the game. Remember that. Enjoy it, and I think you will show your potential. 100%. I agree. So, how much time do you think that here Ilya needs for Bishop C4? Yeah, move is begging to be played. I agree. That's like begging Bishop C4. Let's go, Ilya. Let's move that around. Let's go, go. Bishop C4. So we are waiting for it. Bishop C4. Very nice game by Ilya here today. Yeah, I think he's now in driver's seat, and that move will come very naturally. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Bishop C, BC, Rook B2. That looks pretty nice as well. So I don't see. Yeah, Bishop C4 should be easy. I agree. Tactics from superior positions. I super agree with you. So that's what's very nice. It's like you need to have this good strategical part of the game, and then from that part of strategical, you get everywhere. So that's very important. So yep. I normally check moves like bishop c4 5 to 7 times. I also do that. I think that every player likes to do, yeah, will like to check, especially when I feel I'm winning. I'm always checking it like a countless amount of times. So yeah, I think this should be 4 minutes and bishop c4 on the board. Yep, we got that. Queen a4 works after that. After bishop c4, yeah, nice move. We found it. Yeah, I think he blundered this. Yeah, I think white blundered this. There is nothing else to say. I want to prove myself wrong. Yeah, I think this is it. This is it. This is it. So bishop c4 on the board. Very nice move. So obviously he can't take because of rook to b2. So we can't take because of it. Okay, what do we have? Queen a5. Okay, someone guessed queen a5. He was completely right. So queen to a5 now. Okay, so now we have important moment. How white should continue after the move queen to a5 on the board. g5 now. AB, yeah, I think like it's probably the best ways to play. Like here, okay, so now it's interesting question, like a couple of ways, but the thing is how it's the easiest way to convert this. Yes, he sacrificed the bishop. Yeah, but queen a5 is actually a very nice move to find some chances. Yeah, so let's figure it out. No, AB, I think I can just take it. Maybe I can take, and probably I can just move it, but this is the endgame win, right? Yeah, so on the queen a5. Yeah. X-ray, yeah, the rook is coming here. So I don't know, is there anything else we can do? Maybe c5? Yeah, c5, yeah, I thought about the reason for c5. I think he can't take, right? He can't take because of rook b2 again. So this rook b2 is following and checkmate when he goes here. So let's see. What will Ilya prepare this? What will Ilya prepare here after queen f5? He wants to play the endgame, or he wants to do something sharper. The question of all questions. D3. I don't think. Yeah, D3. I can maybe. Also fun. Yeah, also fun. What if I move? Aha, simply just play queen d6. That's a little, this move with d3 queen d6 looks more like queen c3. So it's still winning. He is stuck, but maybe this line with d3 looks more computer one somehow. So not sure. But we have this with the queen a5, yeah. Yeah, I would take on b3 without thinking. That's a very interesting line. Let's see what will Ilya will do now. I will honestly take on b3 as well. So if I do this, I will play in bishop f1 and try to go to the endgame. Also, but I love this move c5 as well. So we have two different options. Maybe c5, maybe bishop f1. So not sure what will happen. One of these two. One of these two. Yeah, I let's say now it's an interesting moment. Let's say one of the critical moments in this position, if here like Ilya wants to win this in the easy way. Bishop b5. Hello, Sky Sigma. hello. Thank you for the message. bb5 looks also like optional. Like maybe ba. Oh yeah, you don't want to let him be bishop ba. Yeah, that's also interesting stuff here to be played. I agree. Also this one. So basically anything what he really touch is winning. King to d2, maybe also c5. And maybe when you move, I play c4. Yeah, bb5 looks also maybe the cleanest. bb5 looks nice. Trades with the queen to go to the endgame looks nice. So all these moves and the c5. All these three moves. I probably forgot something else here. Maybe bishop b5 is the best because it keeps white to be in a very bad position, and also, yeah, like maybe for this time control, like a 4 minutes on the clock, maybe it's the best. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting moment. What do you think, guys? Yeah, bad position and time trouble. Like in the situations when I have a bad positions and kind of like this, I will see a problem with the time trouble. Like especially my opponent, if I'm winning and I have my opponent has a problem with the time trouble, I will try to keep the queens on the board because it looks more, how to say it looks more dangerous. So I don't know, like if I need to pick, but okay, endgame is also winning. So I think it's just a matter of taste. Hello, Pavel. Rook to b5. I didn't check rook b5 because of queen c7 check. So I think that queen c7, you should let him. So rook b5, queen c7, I think that check you don't need to let your king to get there. So that's in my opinion. A great game. Meet on the table. Hello, 1602. Thank you for joining, as you usually do. Yeah, for now, great game. I'm very interested to see what will Ilya play. What will Ilya play now? What will Ilya continue here? Or how will Ilya continue here? So let's see it. Okay. Rook b5, bad back, the queen can check. Yeah, queen c7. I'm a little bit afraid of it, but rook b5 looks also very tempting in some way. But you know, I just want to be sure that my queen and that my king will not be under attack or any problem there. So I think bb5 will be played. Oh yeah, let's keep rolling. Yeah, Yeah, BB5 looks nice. Like, that's like when you have so many good moves, it's very hard to pick one. Ilya will want the queens on the board if possible. Will want the queens on the board. Yeah, I also feel. I know that a lot of players will here said like a lot of people from the chat said AB, but I have a feeling that yeah, I have just a feeling like that queens on the board should be somehow. And I think Ilya is a type of a player who likes aggressive chess, dynamic chess with the queens on the board. So I believe the queens will be on the board. Like I said, that's my guess. So let's see. Mm-hmm. Yep. Rook b5, bad because of the queen. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, rook b5 is also very interesting. Yeah, move. We got it. But the queen c7, just a b simple. Yeah, interesting moment for everyone in the chat. So, Ilya with a 30 minutes on the clock. In what situation will he pick? In what order he will go? Mm-hmm. What do you think, chat? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, interesting moment. So here he's taking time. Freed by pawn. He's probably going to play AB because of the protected passed pawn has to be winning. No, I agree. AB's. I think Ilya is winning. Ilya played a great game until this moment. I think he will continue with that way. So now he's in the winning. Like I said, he's in the winning position. But now he needs to like. I know in the chess players world, this is kind of like a hard moment for Ilya. I will not say it like, of course, because he's losing or something. It's a hard moment because now he needs to pick what he wants to do. I think I will be like first when I saw this, I will play AB Queen A5 when I saw the position. But let's say I will play AB against I was how to say it like I think that here against such a time control against the moment where my opponent is like a 4 minutes on the clock, I will be closer for bishop b5 and c5. Nice move. Honestly, this move c5 is the most complicated one, but it's winning. Very nice move c5. Very nice move. I didn't think that Ilya will go for this. I thought maybe bishop b5. Well played, Ilya. Yeah, yeah. I thought bb5. He found it. He found it. Furious SG bb5 also gives c5 a square. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Ilya is playing a very good. Yeah, Ilya is playing a really good chess today. Another brilliant, yes. Yeah, this is another brilliancy. Now it's a question how white should defend this. I don't see too many options here. Yep. Mm-hmm. Not so many options here for white. The problem is the white is kind of a stuck. He can't take ba. There is no checks with the queen. Knight can't move. Knight can't move because of the b. So that's the first thing. Knight can't move anywhere. Rooks are stuck. Queen is in a very bad place here. So it's like just yeah, it's a very tough moment. But let's see it here. So on the move c5, like I said, very tough situation. And we have 2.5 minutes on the clock. That's even more difficult. Too much brilliancy here. Yeah, yeah, too much. Okay, he tried to run with the king. Okay, so we have king to d2. So I think I saw king to d2 on the live board. So I think he played there. Yep. And now I think it's time for bb5, finally. I think now it's a time for this. And maybe relocate the bishop LAC4. Let's see. Will Lilia find that? There is no reason for it to... I think here there is no reason to keep the... I think that there is no reason to keep the bishop on that square anymore longer. Yeah, I think queen f4 will be just losing endgame. Oh, queen b4 will be again the endgame stuff. Yeah, I don't think Ilya wants the endgame. Yeah. Let's see it. No reason to keep the tension anymore. Yeah, let's see it. Queen b4 we have. Nice move. Okay, I love it. This. Okay, this was nice. Yeah, just simply transposition to the winning endgame. Very nice move, very safe move. So we have a couple of trades now. Yep. Good luck, Purple Kirby. Give your best. Thank you for being around. So here also, let's say here we have, what was happening if white took the bishop after c5? No, I think now it's a double, yeah, it's a double one, a3. Okay, so now a question here is what, can I play for fun rook b3 now? Can I take for, that's, oh, I want to do this. Can I even take with the bishop? I can take with the pawn. Is it a bit too much? Oh, this will be fun. This will be fun. Let's see. Will he sacrifice the rook? I will sacrifice the rook here. So rook b3, rook b3, knight b3, ab. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. That's in my brain. So in my brain, I will take on b and I will take with something. Yeah, hello, Harry Posner. Yeah, I think I just have a feeling that move should be winning. So just take it and I take with the pawn. What do you think, guys? So what do we do now? But maybe it's risky, but I like the risky stuff here. Oh, rook b3. Okay, Ilya agrees with me. So we go there. Okay, so that's the one. Okay, we get there. So I guess the rook. 3 brilliances today. 3 in the row. And I hope he took with the pawn. He took with the pawn. Okay, nice. Yep. And now we have, I think here the idea is like to move the bishop back and push c. Wow, yeah. Hello, Ken. Yeah, scared to sack. True brilliant move. My record is 2 in the game. Another brilliant. Yeah, I agree, SG. Yeah. So just move the bishop and push the pawns. I think he can't. So a4 we have on the board. That's like maybe the best chance for black, but now we just need to move the bishop back to a6. That's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hopefully bishop a6 now. Yeah, the only thing and the c pawn is going forward. He can't stop them. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, exciting game here. Very good. Yeah. Maybe this game will be Elijah's immortal. We'll see. Ilya immortal game. Bishop a6. I agree. Okay, so we have it. Very nice move. Bishop a6. The c pawn is going forward. Yeah, Ilya is not missing today anything. So 3.5 minutes. Yeah. Time to resign, Predrag Novakovic. I agree. I agree here. Ilya really shined today. I think it's like it was like this is like a perfect game. Like he just didn't have any mistake now. Yeah, everything was very straightforward, right? Yeah, knight to 65 c4 and king running up to dark squares to c5. Yeah. Yeah, the deadlock. Hello, deadlocks. Yes, this game is like we have three brilliances in one game. Not one, three. Three in a row. Okay, we have king c1. I believe now the pawns just get pushed. So just need to push them in the right order. So let's play just c4, c3. So would we just go for it, right? Nothing I hear it's changing on. Hopefully will be the case, yeah. No, I think like white should fight here until the end. Yeah. Bishop d3, interesting. Wow. Okay, I didn't think about that. I thought he would push c pawn. He also managed to his time very well. Yes, Oscar. Agora, hello. c4, rook a3. Yep. Rook b2, c4. Oh, nice. I thought he will do it the other order, but okay. So rook a3 we have. Yeah, okay. He picked a little bit interesting way to play. And now I think he can also take it. And we can go back and push. The only thing is maybe this a pawn, but I don't think it should be an issue. I'm just very much I'm interested here. Like he could just push. All right, if he goes there, maybe he was not sure. Okay, but here we could just go with the king. Okay, he just picked another way. So okay, so bishop on c2. Wow. Okay, so he played this idea. Okay, very nice. So he wants to kind of like just storm him with the pawns. Okay. Yeah, bishop c2, nice. I got it a couple of times here. Okay, nice. Chat. Very good. Which one? Okay, c3 goes forward. Mm-hmm. Okay, he took. We take bc. So yeah, he transposed this to the winning pawn endgame. Very nice game. And now the question is, I think now the easiest is just come king. You know, you just king is coming closer and grab the a. Yep. So we have a6. Oh, this is also. Can we just play d3 now? Oh, okay. This will be a fourth brilliances if this is really working. Can I push? If he takes, we have a check here, take, and queen. So we're on time to stop the pawn. So I think he can play d3 here. Should be winning. Will he find the move d3? D3 is a really nice one. Everyone know connect 4 pawn is enough to win. Yeah, 4 pawns. It's really correct. I think d3. Yep, d3 on the board. He wanted to get up, but Ilya didn't let him. Connected. Yeah, we have connected 3 actually here. So yeah, to me was also this very logical. I think now we have a trick. So if he goes back to it, I think I can I do this? No, I can't do that. I tried to do this in d2, but we don't need to do that. No, yeah, we'd lose it. I'm still sleeping, sorry. I can't play brilliances. Oh, he played there. Okay, that was even easier. I thought here white will play this move, but okay, we have a mate like this, and now d2. So we have a mate only. So here we have this and this. And we just have it rook to d2. I think resignation is coming. Yep. Very nice game. Very nice game by Ilya. GG, everyone. So please, like I said, let's wait a couple of minutes to hear Ilya. Like someone said, this is like Ilya Immortal. So let's hear him. We'll have a short interview about the game. And yeah, it's 90+%. So he should be really, really happy with the way how he played. So let's wait. So let's do like a quick recap before I get him online. So the point here, it was really, really cool game. So really great game from the start. So we had Rossolino, and yeah, like Rossolino stuff. A very nice move e5. A nice decision. G4 was a bit risky decision. D5 was pretty cool stuff. Knight f7, d4. Here he could choose between takes and d4. He played that. Knight g5, nice maneuver. Queen to d3, knight d4, jumps in, and bishop e6. And here I think in this moment, white played this knight f3. I think this idea with knight f3, knight d4 actually improved the black position to the maximum. And now, very nice idea, rook to b4, trade, and now queen to a3. The plan was simply to go with the a pawn. And after this, here I think white started to panic, and now bishop c4. First brilliances, second was c5. Trade, and now very nice. The third is actually rook to b3, sacrifice, and now we get with the pawn there. So very nice game. Nothing else to say about this. Yeah, just perfect game. So give me a second. Let's go to the like a boss. Let's go to the interview. So hopefully we'll see him here. So he will tell us more about the whole game and all the details. So let's go there. So let's see. So chat, definitely very, very good stuff. 3 brilliance in one game. Yeah. And yeah, I agree. For the next round, I think Ilya will definitely have a very strong opponent. So I'll be very interested to follow everything there. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing. We're checking today's game. Someone said this is your how to call it, like this is one of your immortal games.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Nice. Yeah. Everything was perfect, right?
I fully agree. Tell us more about the game.
Oof. I thought so. This guy's playing Trompovsky, and makes sense that he also chooses Rossolimo. Maybe he prepared some knight f6 line or g6. And then I was remembering that on the Rotten Cup, I played this in the third, fourth round, but in chess-base, the game is still not added. And I thought that he most probably did not prepare e6, or maybe he just looked briefly. So he played b3, what I'm playing also is white, and then d3, which is correct. But on queen c7, he should go directly knight h4. Bishop e2 is mistake because there is e5. and then already black is slightly better. I mean, slightly more comfortable because white misplaced the plan there. So after that, maybe he should go for f4 directly to sacrifice the pawn and look for some compensation, because the main line goes with knight h4, f4 directly, and then there is some queen sec for black at the end, some very crazy line. But he obviously didn't know that. After e5 and then after c4, it's obviously the. On the end, I was a little bit suspicious. Did I have any faster win? But a5, a4 was enough, and also just c5. So yeah, I don't have anything to complain about. I also enjoyed my game.
No, really, really good one. You had like a three brilliances. I think every move was on time. So nothing more to say. Of course, there always it can be better, but this is I think very good. So if I need to say anything, so
Yeah, this one was really brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you have anything to add on that?
no, we were. I'll ask a chat. Like, do you have any questions for Ilya here? But generally, we were here, we were watching it. Very nice. I said like when I saw the structure of the pawns, I knew that position will be interesting. At least there will not be any like end games or something like to like. I knew the game will be the full of dynamic. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very dynamic game, and no space for simplicity. Like the position is highly complex, and that was my idea to play today. Yeah.
Chat is saying like brilliant is crazy, and yeah, a lot of people said great game, and yeah, like tomorrow, let's tell us about tomorrow. Probably you will have a stronger opponent.
Tomorrow, yeah, most probably I'm gonna play someone who is like above 2400 or around 2400 for sure. I'll be white, and we'll see what happens. Today is now we have like the rest of the day is off, so there is no rounds today, and the last round is in the morning. So make sure to tune in with Nico again.
Thank you so much. Good luck. Take some rest then, and looking forward to cover tomorrow's round. So hopefully to some win and maybe goes up with a nice score.
Thank you so much. See you soon, guys. Bye.
Bye. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my stream as well. So I hope you had a nice time with me today. These hours are actually, to be honest, like this is like 3.5 hours, but it passed pretty quickly. So I had a very nice time with all of you. Thank you Twitch chat. Thank you also to YouTube chat as well. Thank you everyone for making my time here enjoyable. So, do you have any last question for me before I go offline? Oh, hello, Zero. Thank you for sub. So, do you have any more question here before I go offline? Let's say offline. Sorry, not offline. I'm playing some games as well. So, anyway, okay. So, thank you again so much, and I hope to see you tomorrow, same time. And I hope the rounds that will come will be very interesting. We have someone on the camera. Thank you, everyone. See you. Bye.